Good evening, everyone. Whoa! Whoa, dude, scared me with that. What are you doing? A little bit of warning there next time, Jay.
I wasn't that loud, was I?
No, it wasn't that. As I look over at OBS, and in the small window where the icons usually show up, I see your mug just full centered. Like, whoa, not expecting that.
Oh, I was going
And
to
I
say,
thought
I
it was
got a new
just
toy.
and here I thought it was a surprise reach around or something.
Oh shit!
It might as well have been, right?
Yeah,
really.
combined surprise and thank you. It was just,
You know, at least you're not. At least you're not Private Joker.
Well,
From, Full
anyways,
Metal Jacket.
so
You know, I mean,
so with
and
the
for
new
those who
with the
don't get
new
the
toy.
reference,
So with that new toy, it looked oddly familiar, like one you had before. Did they just send you a new one?
They sent me a new one. I have to send the old one, and I think this one is just the one they sent me is a temporary. I don't know for certain yet.
Ah,
So I also got a new mic in the mail the other day too.
nice. All right, and Geist is out doing stuff. So and
I thought Geist's phone might have died after the dealing with Spurs.
well, that was probably
shit.
part of it, but also
I know
sent-
Spurs bailed when you joined.
Oh god, that was so fucking hilarious. But no, Geist did sent a message earlier saying that he was going out with some of his family to do something. So more power to him.
Yeah, Furball's still in the air, I think.
Yes, he is.
yeah.
Does he have
Poor
a
Furball.
parachute?
Yeah. I had a good dinner with Furball. That was fun.
Hey,
What do you
Jared.
got there, Eric?
Jared, as of 20 minutes ago, we had a very special guest in AT2 public chat.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
No, we're not. We're not bringing him. We're not bringing him into
Great
this.
beard.
We're not.
Wait. Does this particular prattle have any connection to the military in a reasonable fashion?
No.
No.
So, Tech, where's
wait.
mine?
Wait. I want to hear it from Pig.
Yes.
Oh, he does he?
Yes. I can make
yeah.
up a connection. Hold on. Let me find some numbers.
No.
I called
Notice-
bullshit on that.
Notice how I said reasonable affiliation, not bullshit affiliation.
Okay. One nation under God, and he is Jesus. So,
Yeah,
but
he's
he's
from
an
Australia.
Aussie.
Yeah.
I wonder
he's
if they
not.
have those stupid First Amendment auditors that creep around military bases.
You know,
or
I've never seen.
National
I've never
Guard
seen.
bases,
I've,
that
I've
kind of
never
thing.
seen. I've never seen a Aussie auditor like that. I've never seen one from Australia like that.
I mean, I haven't, but I mean, this type of stuff is somewhat similar. The sovereign citizen, the freeman of the land, etc., between the U.S., England, obviously, and Australia too. But I haven't seen any of those First Amendment idiots yet.
I don't know.
That just go completely overboard.
The other night on Steve McRae's channel, I kind of lost a little bit of respect for Steve, whether or not he knows what News Now Houston's going through. But yeah, things are not
what
looking.
now?
Things are okay. He had News Now Houston on, and News Now Houston's a YouTube First Amendment auditor. His oldest daughters have accused him of molestation and rape. So yeah, there's an investigation going on right now into that, and I don't know if Steve McRae knew that or not.
Okay. Well, two things. I know that they had a downright asshole on the now no longer existing Non-Savory show. That was one of those First Amendment auditors, and he's a fanboy of them. But he's an asshole.
James
There
Freeman.
you go. That asshole. Yeah. And
well, see, I've had my
apparently
run-ins.
Steve-
I've had my run-ins with James Freeman.
Oh, I have
And-
some YouTube videos I want you to see because he can complain whine
Oh,
like a bitch when he wants the police to help
Yeah.
him, but they just
Yeah.
turn their back on him. It's so funny.
Yeah. Well, think about
That's how
this.
much of a jackass he is.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, he
That-
tried to come on. Okay, he tried to come on a private property open to the general public. Okay,
For
understand
example, a
how
police
this is.
station. That would
Oh
be.
no! A police station is a public building because it is part of the government. Okay.
Oh yeah, but you
What
can't
a
film
what a
there, for
private
example.
what private property open to the general public is a store, a business
Right.
front, something like that.
Like
Okay?
my work.
You don't but you don't get to sit there and record when all the stores have no recording signs posted in their doors. You can't go in there and record.
No, unless
And
you
James-
actually ask first. Yeah, of course.
No, once it's posted on the window, it's posted no recording, period. Okay.
Mhm.
Some of these businesses deal with children's clothing and such. Some of them deal with just general grocery shopping. Some of them deal with, pizza or fast food in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And
Oh.
okay, so yeah, having James Freeman come on the property when the property manager said we're not going to have these guys recording, I try to keep them to the sidewalk. Okay, but then they tell me it's open to the public. It's public property. I'm like, no, I have to reiterate to them as a private security officer in charge over the property. This is private property open to the general public, unless. And I've had to threaten him a couple of times to get, that I would get a no trespassing warrant against him.
So for the total week, Jared, from Wednesday to Tuesday, there, 26,431 subscribers lost.
Wow. And for the month,
Holy
they're
cow.
massively negative on the. So for those who are wondering the context of this is for the channel called Extra Credits. And they are a typically gaming content type of show.
Well, gaming, history, sci-fi, and mythology.
Yeah. But most of their content has been towards gaming. About a week ago, they released a video pretty much decrying how a lot of World War II era first and third person shooters give you the option of playing as a Nazi.
Oh, but it randomly throws you into that point.
Yeah,
Here's the link to my video that I just posted earlier today at 2:15 my time, 5:15 Eastern.
Yeah, it's one of those they fucked it up so much, and for a gaming channel to get it so wrong, it's just sad. And one of the comments that they made in there was they tried to justify. Yeah, go ahead and pull up that comment, because they're quite literally trying to say, oh, this video doesn't say this, it doesn't do this, when no, the video exactly does what they're claiming it doesn't do. And since release of that video, they have lost over 26,000 subscribers.
How's that
So
for
are we
views
talking
to everybody?
Are we talking about a reverse No True Scotsman thing, or did they fuck up some?
The video is, yeah. Normally, I don't have an issue with their politics in their videos because they're generally bringing up, I won't say salient points, but at least points that should be considered.
Mm-hmm.
I like
But as this comment
One of
post,
those that you don't really want to touch, but you feel like, well, fair enough. I mean, it's free speech. We need to cover this kind of thing, or
this is
ridiculously stupid stuff that you don't really care.
This is on the same line of being offended that when I play South Park Fractured Butthole, that I have to play with Cartman.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's fucking idiotic. Or how fucking dare they make a SpongeBob game?
I like Fino's comment to Team Skeptic.
Padawan, is that an Irish Jedi? No. Skydog had an even better one to the topic of what's on screen. They have to provide a Nazi mode. How else could GeoStrebber play?
no, I have.
Well, just look at how many
Um,
look at how many of these videos just right here
Yeah.
are.
I do have family members, or had. Well, yeah,
This is
basically
an interesting one.
family members that survived. Holocaust, the Holocaust, and the Second World War and stuff. And I did have some malplaced hatred towards German people for many years for no reason, just because German assholes. I got wiser, but hey, today, I mean, there's some types of movies about the Second World War that I really don't like to watch again ever. For example, Schindler's List, and I have that on VHS and DVD because it just kind of hurts because it reminds me of one of my not a direct line of family, but some part of my family that actually went to Auschwitz. So it kind of new. But even though I don't mind people going the full Nazi stuff in a game, it is after all a game. And if it's a game, centered around the Second World War, well, guess what, snowflakes? There's Nazi in them video games because that's what they were fighting.
Oh,
And
just watch the original video,
win the
Bo.
war, they helped. Sorry?
Yeah, Bo, you'll have to watch the original video. So
It's-
actually, Bo, here's a question for you.
Better link me into that video.
When you see the Iron Cross, do you automatically think Third Reich?
Actually, no. I think I don't know what country it's from, but I think of a certain brand of moped, literally, because they had on their 3-gear mopeds, they had that Maltese cross rear light. That's the first thing I think of when I see that cross. The very first thing I think of. I don't think Nazi.
No, because that was another argument that he made in there. The iconography of the Iron Cross is bad because it was one of the symbols of the Nazi party in Germany. It's like, no, it wasn't, you fucking jackass. It was one of the iconography of Germany in general. And actually, they have the Prussians to thank for it.
Yeah.
All right,
So
so-
also I'm not allowed to, if I happen to see the swastika at an angle, I'm not allowed to think that it's actually, originally speaking, a symbol of peace. I'm not allowed to do that anymore, too.
the Hindi meaning of it, where it actually came from initially.
Yeah. That's not okay anymore, or something.
Yeah, so that's part of the argument from the video, is that any of the iconography used by the Third Reich is now persona non grata.
Yeah.
Why?
Sorry,
so
how else am I
first-
supposed to identify these guys in a video game? Other than by their uniforms or
The
their
premise
style
of the video
dress.
game is not that you're fighting against them. It's that you're randomly chosen to play as a Nazi. And that is what normalizes it for you, because you spend so much time playing as a Nazi, therefore you could eventually turn to
Nazi.
be a Nazi by reading
Okay.
the propaganda
Well,
of the neo-Nazis.
let's just break this up then. I'm not a gamer. I used to be one with my Commodore 64, so it's it's a couple of years ago, to say the least. But if I want to play a game where when you could choose between a team or a side, if it's, hate to say this, football or American football or tennis or a war game of some type, I would want to be able to choose the side myself. Big mistake on the game developer's side there. That's all I have. I mean, that's a
you
stupid
would
thing.
find very few people playing, one side or the other, given the historical context of it being based on a real game or on a real event in history. So you would find very few people playing as the German forces.
Well,
You
maybe
would,
where you are. I mean, it's. I'm not saying that it's totally different in some other countries, and but I would imagine it depends on your where you live.
Hey, Bo, you want to go back to playing your game, your Commodore 64?
No, thank you.
There's a link here in your. There's a
I
link
do
in the.
have-
Oh, damn! Too
I haven't
big.
gotten around. I mean,
Aw.
I have finished. What do you call it? Restoring my computer and the data set or the cassette tape deck, and realigning it too.
Now, Rob,
I
you have
have
to
found-
remember the pussy just wants attention.
Like always. No, not just once. It demands.
What's the title of it?
There you go, Bo, in the
No.
live chat. Just so you can play your Commodore 64 games
Oh
again.
no, not one of those half-assed
Emulators.
ones,
Yes, it's
or
an
the
emulator.
or the actual latest version of. That was an extra word there in there. An actual Commodore 64 that also can run both Linux and Windows. Is that one? The one that was ridiculously expensive? Nope. No, hell no. Nope. Not buying that. I mean, if someone were to give that to me, hint, hint, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't. I mean, I would not buy it. It's if I remember correctly, at least the first versions of it, of the Nintendo. Sorry, it
Pig
was
is,
literally a Raspberry Pi in there. It was literally a Raspberry Pi inside of the first version of the Nintendo. What is it? Yeah,
Nintendo
I think it was
Classic.
yeah, the classic.
Well, it's
Coffee thing.
it's amazing what you can do with that little freaking device.
Oh, yeah.
Because it is such a versatile.
Yes, Mama.
Huh?
Oh, Mama Murder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no, I know some amateur radio operators who have taken two Raspberry Pis, connected them to radios, and made amateur radio repeaters out of them. It is
Whisper
scary
and
what you can
digitpeaters.
do.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Digitpeaters.
yeah,
Not just repeaters, but also digitpeaters.
digitpeaters. Oh shoot, there's
Yeah.
one guy that's running two Raspberry Pis now that's running the digital communication. And
There's
you can
many
literally,
different-
he's running a digital voice
Whisper.
repeater.
Oh, yeah.
And I forgot what it's called.
Yeah, DMC
something-
or just D-Star,
Yeah, D-Star. Thank you. But
Yeah,
he's running
the older one.
the Raspberry Pis running D-Star on 2-meter FM, which is
Yeah,
really
he's-
interesting. It's scary what they're doing now with this stuff.
Oh yeah, it's
You know, I
always
mean-
almost becoming too easy.
Yeah.
Well, it has been for quite a while, but I mean, I never learned Morse code, but pretty much the world over now, the Morse code
Is out.
yeah, it was a requirement to even get the lowest tier, so to speak, of a license. That is now gone. I never
Really?
learned- I
Yeah,
never
you don't
learned it,
need.
but I do agree that it has it has meant that there are a bit too many people that don't really. They shouldn't
When
really.
I passed my
using a
Morse
radio.
code requirement, when I went to get my Technician Plus, and this was back during the days that Technician Plus was actually a thing, and it was to get your 10 meter, your 15 meter, your 40 and 80 meter privileges just on Morse code, just on CW. I passed mine at 13 words a minute.
Mhm.
I never went and took the general test to get expanded voice things until after I'd gotten out of the Navy. And once I passed my general class, my wife passed her technician test, and I went in there and I was like, well, I passed the code at 13 words a minute. I just don't have my thing for it. And they were like, oh no, you don't even need Morse code anymore to get your general. I was like, what? And they were like, yeah, you only need 13 words a minute to get your extra.
Uh-huh.
And this last time around, when I went to look at the extra exam, which is the top tier U.S. license, they didn't even require, when I first started in amateur radio, you had to have 20 words a minute to get your extra class. Now you don't have to understand code at all to get your extra class. And I'm like, partially I understand it because a lot of it has shifted to digital communication. But at the same time, Morse code has always been a part of amateur radio and its history. And I don't
Well,
agree
yeah.
with throwing out the requirement for Morse code when it's still, a
It's still
valuable
relevant.
portion.
It-
Yeah, it's
It's
still
very
relevant to
relevant,
the imagery.
and still you can come up with any digital mode or voice for that matter you want to. Talking about ham radio here, and the maximum power outputs that we're allowed to use. If anything is below Morse code in terms of getting a signal through,
Okay.
hands down.
Tech.
Yeah.
Just tech.
And I still hate
That
Morse
is
code
great.
still.
Sorry. I did interrupt because this is just great. Jared, go check out VTW memes.
Oh, jeez.
Oh shit!
No, now
I have it queued up if you want me to share with everybody.
No.
Share it with
What?
everybody.
Hang
Let me
on,
share-
hang
let-
on,
let me-
hang on.
This is gonna burn my eyes here.
We're
The
probably
first or
gonna
the
need
second
Ivory.
one
Hello.
I posted.
Oh, I love the second one.
That's a beautiful star.
But yeah, go ahead and start with the first one and then the second one.
Oh, you're taking all the fun out of that. We've already had this one on there.
Shouldn't it be a teenager?
Oh no.
Teenage child, kid, girl, saying the first line, the first bubble. or
Oh,
whatever.
you don't understand, Bo. The millennials have leached into the.
Oh yeah. That reminds me of, I can't remember his name. It's not Angry Cop, but one of the I
Donut
think he was a-
operator.
No, not Donut. I think he was or still is a Marine, a black guy. One of those YouTubers that are funny as hell.
Oh,
And does one of those small videos every now and then.
oh yeah, I think I know which guy you're talking about. I can't
Yeah,
remember the name either.
I think it was. Yeah, I think
How
it
long
was
do I
him who made
display
that.
the second picture, Jared?
Until I say otherwise.
I think he's the one who made that. Millennials have invaded the service now, with the with the discipline thing.
Very good
Super.
find, Tech. Very good find.
Okay. Well, the last one. I mean, I know that I'm slowly losing the hair on my head. As far as I understand, that's where
I just saw this
starts.
meme an hour ago.
Oh,
Are you sure about that, Fino?
it's lovely.
Oh, my wife sees that. I'm gonna find out what divorce court looks like real quick.
Now, what
Judge
would
Judy
this
or
look-
regular divorce court?
Regular
Or an
divorce
actual
court, the one that
divorce
actually the actual divorce court, the one that really hurts.
Now, what would this meme look like if Mel Brooks had his hands on it too?
Oh
No,
God,
not that
don't even go
kind.
there. Don't even go there.
Are-
Don't
are
even
you-
go there.
Are you sure we really want to know the answer to that question?
No, we
I'm
don't
thinking,
want to know
I
the answer
wasn't-
to that question.
I wasn't talking, physically. I was talking, as a movie plot. Not
Again,
sure.
we really don't want to find that out.
Oh, okay, so TC Lucas said this is wrong on so many levels.
No,
I
it's
think it's
not.
right
And-
on so many
No,
levels.
it's absolutely right.
The
Yeah.
the only thing wrong I see is the fact that there are a
She doesn't
couple.
have Starbase Killer on the other cheek.
No, on that opposing cheek. Notice how a couple of the flaps of the bit portion of the underwear have tucked under. That's the only complaint I can see. A lack of symmetry there.
What's the right cheek? That's something going on there.
Oh,
That's the fighter squadrons coming out of war.
no. It's no that's the mark. That is the mark of her being a good girl.
It
God.
might just be because
You can
she's
tell.
so hot. I mean, come on, she's glowing. Yeah.
But there's only one reason she's been over
oh
like
shit!
that.
Shit! Picks
There's-
back.
there's
Turn
only-
it off. Turn it off.
All
Turn it
right,
off.
Oh,
It
yeah,
picks
don't
back.
change it yet. I'm
I need a
almost
moment.
done.
Yeah, I need a moment for myself.
No,
right here.
Hold on. Hold on. I had Marvel Girl screaming in my ear. What just happened?
Nothing. Don't
nothing.
worry about it.
Sky Dog.
Don't worry about
Absolutely
it.
nothing.
Do I have to
Yeah.
go to the live stream and look at the live stream?
Nope. Don't worry about it.
Nope.
It was not important.
Hey, fucking turn your camera back.
You know,
turn that back on.
Oh,
you know what, Pig? If you really wanted to look, you could go to the memes where things like that are shared.
Yeah.
don't tell him where it is. You give him too much frappening.
As if this kid needs any more or less of that. Come on now.
Well, that's the thing is that
I want that dust.
He's
I
got
could've- I
stock
could've-
in Pornhub. I mean, come on now.
well, I mean,
Actually, I do.
yeah, that's the scary part is that you've got stock in Pornhub.
I mean, Pornhub does a lot of amazing things. Like take the Pornhub Cares movement, right? Like let's take
Save the boobies. Save
No,
the
no, no,
boobies.
No,
You
save
have
the bees.
save the bees. I mean, now they just need save the children from the priests.
Save the clock tower.
Save the clock tower. Yeah.
So, Pig,
Where
what
was-
were you...
Where was this show 3 years ago when that was actually a relevant thing? Was that November 2015 or whatever it was that they were supposed to jump to?
Not sure what you're referring to.
I didn't understand
Oh,
hear what
you
he
don't-
said.
You don't remember the whole thing about it's November 2015 and this is
Oh,
when
yeah.
Back to the Future
Oh,
the
jumped to
Pacific
it.
Day thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't remember all of that?
Yeah, and oddly enough, the Cubs almost won the World Series that year.
Yeah, didn't they win it like the very next year?
The
A few
next
years
year,
ago?
yeah. But because of the way everything was laid out, the really interesting thing is that Back to the Future had predicted that one of the baseball teams in Florida would be named for the city of Miami. The sad part is the Cubs currently constituted, the Cubs could not play them in the World Series.
Yeah, it's because
And
they're both National League teams.
Yep.
Oh,
So, Pig, what were you doing over on the Discord server?
Do we
Get
want
yelled
to
at by
know?
Marvel.
he was he,
No,
he was sexually harassing Marvel Girl. We already know this.
That's nothing new. He seemed like he was trying to set something up.
So,
Uh-oh.
Jared, we got the Admiral, we got the Captain, we got the XO.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
What's happening now? It's happening now, sir. No, oh, that's a different one.
No, that's prepare for ludicrous speed.
Yeah. Why will Netflix not wake up and buy the rights to provide that for the whole world indefinitely?
Really.
Come on, people. Forget Friends. I don't care about Friends. Make Mel Brooks movies
you go.
available in every single country on the globe forever, and I'll be happy.
But is she
Would you not be happy with this, though?
but is she her own best friend?
What? Did you say something? I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, and now we have
Marv.
people quoting the movie in the live chat. I love it. I knew it.
Hey,
I'm
wait,
surrounded by
wait.
assholes.
You
Yeah.
told me. You told us to go in the desert, so we're
Hello.
going in the desert. Yeah, and that's one of the sad parts. Those tailless Japanese girls can actually, well, people all over the world, I guess, can buy that stuff. They have a band that they put on their forehead, and they can actually control that damn tail with their brain.
Oh no.
Fucking
There
weird.
there are some girls out there who have gotten the butt plugs with the tails, and
That too,
Uh-huh.
yeah. I've heard.
yeah.
Reddit's full of that. Reddit's full of that. Reddit's full of that.
I have one of those. I have a towel.
And before he was famous, we ain't found shit.
Okay.
Wait, who is that?
Tupac.
It's Tupac.
No, not
Really?
Tupac.
It's Tupac.
Tupac.
Tupac or
Perfect
Tupac.
voice.
Really?
Yeah, it's Tupac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
I
actually,
completely forgot that.
don't you remember one time where we were talking about him?
And
how
Fi-
many
Yeah, we actually had
movies
that
he's been in?
conversation.
and Fino, no, you have it wrong. Only one would dare give me raspberry. Lone Star.
Star. Clank.
I like to point something out, Jared.
You know what's sad is that, some, what, 10, 15 years later, he'd end up giving probably one of the best monologues in all of sci-fi movie history. The guy that played Lone Star.
Thinking.
Oh, Bill Pullman, yeah.
Yeah. You know
I
which
like
movie I'm
The
referring to?
speech of Independence Day.
Whoa,
Bingo.
whoa.
Yeah.
Jay, so I'm not sure if you noticed, but I did push back Kanar with Damar tomorrow by an hour to make sure you had time to get home safely.
Okay.
And I think we just found our topic.
Oh yeah.
Mama Murder, what are you doing tomorrow at about 4 p.m. Eastern time?
Uh-oh.
Because at that time, we will be live for Kanar with Damar, which is a once-a-month Star Trek panel hosted by myself, Thoughts by Jay Brown, Gio Straber, BM Furball, and this month we have a special guest of Progressive Liberal. And
Enjoy.
she just made a comment that I think would be a fantastic talking point.
Yeah, for you to trash talk her.
Oh, Voyager was great.
I mean, there's some episodes were actually awesome, but there's just way too much.
Look at Progressive
critique.
Liberals comment below that, Jared.
Yeah, this could be quite the interesting show this month.
Voyager wasn't my favorite, but I actually liked it too. So.
It had its moments, but it has not stood up the test of time as compared to Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, but I still like Star Trek Enterprise the best. Before they got their their budget. Well, more than I don't know how much, but they
Really,
got murdered.
You ready for
with the
this, Jared?
budget cut.
Really,
Go
actually,
for
with Deep Space Nine though, the later
There you go.
episodes is held up better than the earlier ones.
Oh
The
yeah,
Dominion
but that,
War arc was the big part of it. Like those
that-
held up really well.
well, but what's true of every Star Trek series that has had the full 7-season run, the first 2 to 3 seasons, hit or miss at best.
Yeah.
Because they were still finding themselves and really figuring out how they worked in and getting the overall premise.
Oh, Jared, by the way,
I will
I'm still
go
where I left off on Discovery.
I will go further into my evaluation of Voyager tomorrow afternoon.
Jared, do not look at her latest comment in the live chat. And remind me to turn down the volume before you react.
Here, Jared,
I mean,
let me
very-
share this for you, okay?
It's very different. I mean, Deep Space Nine is very different from the rest of the canon in terms of the action going on, but she's kind of right. I mean, I have to say, sometimes they're kind of boring.
This is going to be quite the show tomorrow.
Anyways, Jared, listen to the voice.
We ain't found shit.
Yeah. I didn't realize it was Tim Ross. The shit that you forget. Wow.
But hey, talking about Deep Space Nine, what I don't understand is that Gene Roddenberry was very much against injecting anything that had to do with religion, etc., in the Star Trek universe or canon. But for some reason,
he was dead by then.
Yeah, but still, it's a major part, a very important part, I think, anyway, of Star Trek. And it seemed that Deep Space Nine kind of, flipped that on the side.
Well, but here's the thing. When you have a culture that becomes a main part of the story that went through the shit that the Bajorans went through, they needed something for as a culture, as a people to hold on to, for them to mentally survive the occupation as they did. And having a religion in the way that they handled it makes perfect sense.
Oh yeah.
And then being able to tie it into a non-corporeal alien that resides in an area that is typically inaccessible until the technology level that is achieved in Star Trek also fits into that in such a way that the way DS9 handled religion in general was actually in my opinion, the best that Star Trek has handled the topic in any application.
Jared, I'm gonna send you a screenshot. I'm gonna go. I want to go.
I'm lost.
Jared,
Should I be worried?
Stupid question.
Oh,
Listen to his tone of voice. Stupid question. Exactly.
God damn it, pig. Wait a minute, what was where the hell? Oh, that channel. 12 people watching, and we have how many? Let's see.
I just love fucking with this person.
We've peaked at 50 so far.
And we're talking about nothing, basically.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Star Trek is.
You know what? No.
nothing
You know
good.
what? I'm gonna fucking say it right now. Well, yes, we have the advantage of being a mental health outlet for veterans of all generations. Let's not confuse it. We are essentially the Seinfeld of YouTube right now. We are a weekly live show basically about nothing.
That's why I'm here.
Do I need to go get a frilly shirt?
No.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt.
Wait a minute. If anyone could pull off the puffy shirt, it just might be you.
Oh my god, Jared. All the comments are approved only.
I am not surprised.
Pig, send me the link to that channel. I want to check it out.
You already have it. Check your subscriptions.
Oh, is it the one that everybody mass left, but I decided to stick around?
No, it's the other one.
Oh God, I made a mistake of clicking into the freaking AT2
I
public
sent you a link
chat.
to it.
That really clears things up. That's lovely.
Oh.
I'm sorry about that, guys.
Oh,
My internet,
the person
my
who's
power
watching.
flashed.
Hi, I know
Well,
you're watching.
No worries.
Whoa. What the
You
hell
have
did I just
American
click
internet.
onto?
I mean, right?
At least nobody's in there saying Discovery's good. So yeah.
Oh, chat is disabled
Hey,
for this live stream.
well, hey, I could
Oh,
do that. The second season of Star Trek Discovery, although not canon, is not all that bad.
It's
Well,
not as bad as the
season-
first season. Yes, I'll give you that much.
Actually, they
Yeah.
just ended the stream.
Well, when you follow a turd with a queef, yeah, the queef is going to be better.
And I'm back into.
He
South
actually
Park
took
again.
out the stream. It's not on the
thank
list
you.
anymore.
Well, it has to buffer and everything.
Well, even after a stream goes in, while it's processing, it will still be within the live recents.
This is going to be okay. Yeah. This is going to be a great episode tomorrow, Ethan. Oh my. Oh,
I'm
wow.
gonna be able to watch it live. I mean, I can't remember.
Well,
Something I got to do tomorrow.
4 p.m. Eastern is when we go live, unless work intervenes, and I have to push it back further. But yeah, wow. Oh, this is going to... You know, I'm kind of looking forward to this one because I will say this. I do not shy away from controversy because I enjoy hearing the opinions and analysis and thoughts of others. And
Can I speak my mind?
unlike the douche canoe, that took
Should
over
be
a
able to get in,
particular
yeah.
channel, I do agree that opinions are sacred and that voices deserve to be heard. However, if there are consequences to your opinion and voice, those are also sacred and deserve to be heard.
Yep.
And let me go.
Yeah, go fix Nightbot. Go fix Nightbot
Yeah.
because that Discord link ain't working.
I blame Pig.
I thought it. Oh, I didn't turn on notifications for this channel. Oh. Yeah, we didn't get a chance to do that last week, did we?
What?
No,
Oh, you know what?
need
I
to.
think we
That's-
actually did. Didn't I share this video?
I'm not sure.
Here, let me pull it up. I think we did share it. It was just Vesta wasn't here for it.
Yes. Yes, Vesta did mention that she missed it, and yes, that they missed it, and yes, we did address that video. It was yeah.
Shall we readdress that video?
Go for
Yes.
it while I go in and fix the link in Nightbot.
Alright.
Actually, let me make sure and screen share. Yep, you guys are good.
All right. Hide that. Let me know if it's too loud.
Major, I think we're approaching enemy territory now.
By golly, let's get this thing on the hump. Check weapons and ammo. Get some, Charlie. Boy, get some.
Hello, Control. Where the hell are these bombers? The engine's overheating and so am I.
That's a point. This is a British operation. Why aren't we escorting Lancasters?
Well, because
Why
I
does that guy
imagine
look-
fighting
why
in
does-
pitch
why does that
black
second guy look
darkness will
like,
make for a very dull visual
Bo?
Hold on.
Why does that second guy talking look like Bo Rasmussen?
Don't blow his cover. Jesus.
Well, you know, I mean, if Bo's out there faking a German accent, then we need to know about it.
experience. Oh, hang on, that's them now.
Well, that's a bit inconsiderate. They're destroying half of France.
Yes, we really must stop them. Major, we have incoming aircraft 9 o'clock high.
Well, what in the Sam hell are you waiting for, boy? Light them up.
Sir, I think there are British escort fighters.
Limeys? No. I hate Limeys. I don't trust them one bit. Them's different.
Commentary for commentary's sake, anyone?
You know, I mean, you figure it's a bunch of redneck Air Force boys, you know, from the Army Air Corps.
Wait, where?
Tally ho.
Where's Lord Burns for this?
You know, that is a good question. Why doesn't someone message him and say, "Hey, what gives?"
Morning, Alan.
Yeah. Well, you know, I thought I could at least.
Well, I did. You know,
Well,
Jared, I'm going to send you a full warning.
Alan,
Sorry,
are
Alan.
you talking to us or someone else?
Where's Red Eye too? We need to go over that Emu War documentary again, I think.
Now, the problem you're getting, Bo, is Alan is being considerate to the other people in his house by being quiet. So everyone, when you see Alan's thing light up, shut the fuck up!
Thank you, Jared. All I was trying to say was tally ho, chaps, tally ho.
Yeah, I mean.
Morning. Lovely day for it.
What the hell is that?
Come on, it's a Hawker Hurricane.
Well, when a Kaiser brings back his Zeppelins over the channel, we'll let you know.
These beauties were fine for the Battle of Britain, though you wouldn't remember that, would you?
Yeah, cracking film.
Bogies, 12 o'clock high.
Well, by golly, here we go.
Roger that. Don't worry, we're here. Tally ho, Rabbit Section. Report in.
Rabbit 2, standing by.
Rabbit 4, standing by.
Lapin 3, en attente.
Anyone else thinking of Anyone else have a flash to Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade at that music?
A little bit.
I was just thinking
more
about that.
No, go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, I was just his almost maniacal laugh reminded me of Piggy when he's about to do something that he knows is wrong, but he's naughty as usual.
It's not that I know that it's wrong; it's that there could be consequences. Time I'm right.
Oh, no. I think of when they were doing the rabbit, I was thinking more of the what is it? What was the first one? Blue Harvest?
Yeah.
Am I supposed to sit Red Eye Link?
Red 5 standing by. Red Fox standing by.
Red
Jared
October
October
standing by.
I think I heard someone tell me to send Red Eye's link. Confirming.
No.
Maybe later if we want to fuck with them about the emus again.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we could do the overly simplified documentary.
Hey,
fair point,
Alan. A question for Alan. The the freeze frame we're looking at right now. I'm thinking this is a completely bullshit cockpit simulation, but would this even be close to something real?
It actually is fairly close. Some of the outlying colors wouldn't be like that, but
I tell you what, it's certainly not a Spitfire or a cockpit.
No,
because you would not have cannon breech blocks accessible from the cockpit.
What about on the Hawker? What about on the Hawker Hurricanes, though?
Nope, because
that's what
we didn't fit during the Second World War. We did not fit any guns on land-based fighters that required synchronization through the prop. So all the guns were in the wing, outside of the prop diameter. So yeah, actually, the closest that could be is the only aircraft that might have a cannon breech block there would be the Bell P-39A Aerocobra and the P-40 whatever it was, King Cobras.
What about the wasn't the Mosquito the one have twin engines and had the machine gun and cannons in the nose?
That could, it could be a Mosquito mock-up because there's two boost gauges, isn't there, port and starboard?
Yep.
So could be a Mosquito mock-up.
All right, we ready?
Yep,
we're ready.
All right.
Got a lot of those Windows noises.
That's bingo fuel. Sorry, I'll see you next time.
The hell you boys going? You can't just leave.
Okay.
Sorry, old chap. These aren't really long-range escort aircraft. Good luck.
It does have a point. The Hurricane was not long-legged. It is actually why the P-51 was designed the way it was, partly.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Jared. Oh, go ahead, Alan.
Mark II Hurricanes did though have 12 30 caliber Browning machine guns.
Damn.
And just to think that the U.S. Air Force in the 70s, I think it was, seriously thought about making an airborne aircraft carrier out of a Boeing 747.
Yep.
Yeah, they're still considering that.
Yeah. I think I put it in the ETW crew chat a week ago or something.
Hey,
a wiki page for it and a video link for someone making a video.
Beaver's question count?
I don't know. How much PTSD do you have from playing the game there, Branny?
And by the way, Red Eye did see the overly simplified documentary.
Oh,
now he can't come in. That new Battlefield 5, it's very, very much historically inaccurate.
Yeah. Oh well, back to the movie.
back to the movie.
Oh, we got a hole in our left wing! Oh my god. I'm bleeding. Oh, it's everywhere. Holy.
Tally ho, Skip. When are we going back up then?
Nah, these movies usually have a load of bollocks on the ground as filler. You know, it saves money on the CGI.
What about a token love interest? You know, some sort of underlying, annoying, uninspired romantic plot line. They always have one of those.
Well, I'm game if you are.
Oh, come on.
Wow.
Wait.
Wait.
Free stream, right?
Wait for it.
All right, we're back in country. Goldie, wake me up when you see our... Oh, God, why?
Morning! Now, I know what you're thinking. Don't worry, we've got some more modern and long-rangey looking aircraft this time.
Whoa.
Rewind that a little bit.
That's a Western Whirlwind and a
When you see our... Oh,
Western Whirlwind.
This one?
That one is a Western Whirlwind.
Yeah.
That was actually a long-range escort fighter, or designed as a long-range escort fighter. The next one was actually Curtis Hawk 75, which was a piece of shit the French bought.
I think Brainy admits to he sucks at video games.
Not more
Yeah,
than
we
I do.
already knew that anyways. All right, Blake.
Yeah.
God, why?
Morning! Now, I know what you're thinking. Don't worry, we've got some more modern and long-rangey looking aircraft this time.
Why?
Even if they are something of an international group.
Well, the RAF is short on pilots.
What was that about short pilots?
Zeig ihnen keine Gnade.
Okay.
That's perfectly acceptable for 1945.
Mein Herr, warum haben wir Jericho aufgegeben?
Might even be better.
Der Führer sagt, dass dies ein Bomber ist. Deswegen.
I know I'm pedantic, but the sound effects, I'm pretty sure a Mrs. Schmidt ME-109 didn't sound like a diving bomber when flying.
No,
Yeah,
that was the Junkers.
The
Was that the Junkers
262.
88?
No, so the Stuka is the one
Stuka
that
dive
had
bomber.
the siren.
Yeah.
And and that's the thing. Got to give them credit, because if you actually read it, when they first went to that and they had the sound, it's like, why do we have sirens? Oh, the Führer said this is to be a ground attack aircraft. That's why. No, it fucking wasn't.
Jared, the Führer said everything had to be a ground attack aircraft. That was why it was so fucking late getting into service.
Yep.
Otherwise, if it had just been left as a bloody fighter like it was supposed to be, it would have been in service in early 44 and we would have been fucked.
Yeah, and for those wondering, yes, that was the ME-262.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm out of practice here.
God damn it, it's an up tier. We're in jungle country now, boys. Enemy in the wire. Everybody open fire, open fire. What are we shooting at? Yes.
What are you shooting at? Yes. Okay.
C'est mieux que d'habitude.
Oh, but...
Hold on.
I think a bit too late now.
The Vampire didn't enter service until not after the war finished.
Yeah.
I mean, they should at least have put in the Denate. The rocket launched, and when the rockets burnt out, they had only glide capability, and they just had a fuck ton of rockets, I think it was, in the nose. That thing. Very ugly, and I don't even want to call it a plane because no.
Yeah, I don't think
C'est mieux que d'habitude.
Oh, bother, we've got jets. Hello, rabbit section. Break.
Break? Okay.
Yeah.
Breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I've gotten in my sights. Almost.
Brilliant. Now, can you please stop with the cliche dialogue? Thank you.
Watch out, we've got company.
Please, just kill me.
Wow.
Okay.
Fucking love it.
Jed, I
I
think
hope I didn't wake up my upstairs
by
neighbors.
Disney for this one, or a claim on you.
Damn it.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That was awesome. Totally did not expect that one.
Yeah, man. No, we didn't.
So is the person who wrote and directed this a fan of Mel Brooks?
I think so.
Probably.
So the probability of getting even a Spaceballs the movie reference as well would be high.
More than
Yeah.
likely.
And Ugly German Church and Fino, yes, that was the TIE fighter noise.
Oh, fucking awesome. Oh, this is so stupid. I love it.
Well, that was bloody lucky.
Nichts als Funken. Diese Waffen sind scheiße.
I couldn't even hear what he was trying to say in German there. What the heck?
These guns are bloody rubbish. Is what
Yeah,
the
but
subtitles were.
No, he actually said the guns are shit.
Right, listen, I hate to be that guy, but I need some help. I've got one on my tail.
Ich hab dich jetzt.
Oh yeah.
Oh, fucking love it.
Right, that does it. Oh, look over there. It's the Russian Air Force.
Ah, ja. Einfacher Sie. Komm, mach Platz, Galant. Don't worry. I'll go get him, Skipper.
Now, you'll come back, won't you?
Meine deutsche überlegene Ingenieurskunst. Gajin. No. Crikey, I'm in. I hope I don't land in the water. I haven't got my bloody Mae West life jacket on.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so stupid. Yeah, Mae West something, but I hoped he was going to say, ah, bloody hell, I forgot my trunks, swim trunks, or something like that. Nope.
No, we don't get so lucky.
None of us have. Why is that?
Remember to support the channel on Patreon, folks.
Ah, bloody hell, a river.
Oh, you're gonna love that plug for Patreon, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, why not?
All you need is the whatever this channel is called, Flamethrower, and it would have been a Spaceballs reference.
Ah,
Hey, what was that? Wait a minute, wasn't that? Could you try and go back so we could see the ground there? What was that? The
ah, bloody hell,
is that
a river.
the
Ah,
Oh, okay, fair enough. I thought I saw the topography of London, England, but nope.
No,
Nah,
no, that ain't London.
no. I just thought I did, but oh well.
All right. Play.
we lost the chopper. He's going down. He's burning hard. Wait a second. What the hell is that? Clear the deck. We got a kamikaze.
When did they lose a helicopter? What the? Oh man!
It's so ridiculous.
Oh my
Oh, yeah.
god.
Wait a minute. It almost looks okay. Does that thing have a third wing? Its left wing. It looks like it has. Yeah, somebody messed up on the rendering. That no, that's the right wing. The left wing. There you go. Looks like they just messed up.
Yeah,
the,
they screwed up a little bit. Yeah, on the bottom
yeah.
part.
Yeah.
Not to mention that the decals. But oh well.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah, close enough.
Close enough for government work.
War thunder.
I'm losing him. He's too bloody fast.
Skipper, remember to conserve your ammunition.
No chance. This is a film.
Okay, what was that look on his face? What the hell?
That's the look
looked
of a
like
man who just got lucky with a sheep.
Yeah, or that and a mix of letting one big one rip.
Has anybody watched the most recent season of Grand Tour, by the way?
No, I have not.
Oh, you got to watch the first part of the Columbia special.
Oh boy.
No. Clarkson's reaction is great, and you'll know what I'm talking about when you see it.
God, I feel just like Tom Hardy.
All right, Goldie, open the bomb bay doors. Sir, we've got a hole in our left wing. God damn it, Goldie, I could see that. Mayday, mayday, we're going down. Over G, terrain, pull up. Goldie, I'm going to try to trim this.
Terrain, pull up. Yeah, because they totally have.
Pull up.
Wow.
Oh wow.
He's doing all the modern fucking avionics alarms.
What? Hey, if you're not being true to time and technology, why not just fuck it up on purpose?
Oh no!
Well, I noticed that
not.
one thing I did notice that vampire. I had to go back and look at it. It has a prop on it.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Hey, Jared, look at Vesta's comment.
I saw that come across. I just haven't taken the time to watch it. They also have a version of What If Fury was a British movie.
No, and it's unfortunate that they didn't think of putting in, before it gets shut down, putting in a cheek has warning. But that's just the nerd in me. But okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's me.
Hang on, I'm aiming her for the Hudson.
You're right, this is nowhere near exciting enough. Let's take it down low for some action shots. Follow me, Red 2.
Hudson. Oh, fucking hell. God damn it.
Pull up, terrain.
They don't have to fucking wow.
You won't get out. I'm going to dive at 300 knots.
Red 2, stay close. I can hardly see you.
I can't help it. I'm flying on instruments.
Oh, that was good.
Stop crying.
Yes, Ugly German Truth. The Top Gear and Exile show.
Oh, what the? Okay, I have to watch this later.
Where's the last one? I think I'm in need of a plan.
Well, you could fly in circles for 25 hours until his jet engine needs a rebuild. Or we could play chicken with him. Worked in Pearl Harbor.
Never mind that bollocks. Let me show him a little trick I learned.
I'm gonna do a tail skid.
What's that sound?
Oh, bother.
Well, at least they had that accurate. If they try to pull too much on that, fucker fell apart.
Oh, boy. Am I going to
Don't
break my
worry.
spine?
I'll head on him.
But he's got full 30mm machine and cannon 108s firing Meininger shot ammunition. You'll never make it.
Don't worry. I'm a War Thunder pilot.
Okay.
You know what's funny is I can actually see him doing that for War Thunder.
A game reference, yeah.
Yeah.
All those switches and stuff.
Whirlwind evacuation checklist. Follow these quick and simple instructions in the unlikely event of an uncontrolled descent. Step 1. Roll wings.
Could you please keep your hand on the stick? Wailing around. What the fuck?
Are you talking?
He's got to read through his checklist.
No.
Step 2. Parachute in hand. Climb out carefully onto the wing. No.
Oh god, I'm hit. It's bad. There's blood everywhere I look.
Goldie, I did it. I trimmed it out. Holy shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did I hear something? Did I hear Riddy?
Yeah, you heard it.
What? Why the? What? What's with the radio? Oh, what the hell? Okay, this is a big clusterfuck of confusion, but what the hell?
Yeah, exactly.
Just roll with it.
Okay, they did use RIDI in the Second World War, I think, but still.
They used RTTY, yeah.
Yeah, for the teletypes.
Yeah.
While the Germans used the most badass name for a digital mode ever, Hellschreiber.
Enigma.
Writer, Hellschreiber. It's actually you can write text, literally write text, and you watch the text come in as rain scatter if you use the band scope to look for it.
Interesting.
Okay, I'm nerding up too much here, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho, what the fuck was that?
Wir haben gewonnen? Wir gewinnen diesen Film doch nie. Endlich etwas, das nicht nur Propaganda ist. Dies ist Staffelführer Michael. Ich lebe noch. Ich fordere Erlaubnis zur Landung ab.
They got lazy and found a German to do those lines. Aw.
Oh, what do we have here, Jared?
It would have been more fun if they tried to really butcher the German language.
I'll watch that one. We'll get back to that. How about that?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
But so, is Red Eye still out there? Did he actually watch the overly simplified version?
Come on, go to the channel.
Bum, 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 bum.
How come this? Are we doing the Great Emu War?
Possibly in a
it's
moment.
an ad. Oh, damn it. I thought, what the fuck does that have to do with an Emu War? But it was an ad. Okay.
He
You
says.
missed out last week.
Oh.
What?
But
What did I miss now?
We had Red Eye on here as we were initially talking about the Great Emu War.
Oh.
It was fucking hilarious.
Well, when Red Eye goes on a rant, especially with the Edgar, it's
okay.
watchable.
So hang on.
I mean, I haven't actually talked to the guy, but I have talked to Edgar, but not Red Eye, except for chats. But when he rants on Edgar, Mr. I can do signs me with eggs, proving stuff. Yeah, well, no.
Oh, I thought it was funny that documentary was actually classified as education.
Nice.
The one that we watched last week.
Oh God.
Well, I do believe that if the channel is still in existence, Queer Kids stuff is
Don't get me
also
started on that
listed
channel.
as education.
Don't get
which is
me started on that channel,
yeah.
though.
I know. It
Wait,
just could
what?
be
Shut up.
child
Stop
abuse.
talking about it.
Yeah. I really
Yeah.
hate that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Lindsay and her little teddy bear friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am so lost, and I'm probably glad I
okay.
am.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah.
That was when I loved Bearing. The videos that he did about them, where he played the voice of
Drunken Uncle is
Teddy
better.
and just going, "Get me out of here!" You know,
Drunken Uncle is better. Jared, if you're gonna watch any Queer Kid response videos, you need to watch Drunken Uncles.
Oh God.
You know what? If I remember, I will.
Oh, I'll remind you in chat. I'll remind you on Discord.
Probably the best idea.
Yeah.
You
We gotta start. We gotta send him links to the Queer Kid response stuff.
And also the most cringeworthy of their of her videos. Oh no, I'm not supposed to say her.
No, you're supposed to say
okay,
it.
Her video. Yeah. Oh well, it would be fitting.
Did she change her pronouns?
No, she goes by they them.
Early on, she identified as she, her, and all that.
Yeah, now she goes by they, them.
So, Red Eye, check your fucking Discord.
Oh man, okay. She doesn't put out any. I didn't mean that. Oh wait, Pig isn't necessarily listening. She hasn't put out a video in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, she's really I mean, she spat out video after video after video in the beginning.
Yeah.
But what is her channel? What is its channel listed as?
Educational.
Come on, Red Eye. We know you want to click that link I sent you.
Yes. Come on, Red Eye.
He might be nervous because he knows what's going to happen.
Well, that would just make him go, hell yeah. Oh no. I didn't.
Hang on. Let me grab my nitroglycerin for this stuff, because if we get Red Eye on here, I'm gonna laugh my ass off into another heart attack. Yeah, I'm gonna need all the assistance to avoid a heart attack that I can get.
Oh, wait, are you saying
a steady flow of liquid nitroglycerin under your tongue?
Are you saying you don't want Pig to win the bet?
Oh, I'm definitely saying I don't want Pig to win the bet. Pig don't need that money nearly as bad as I do.
I wonder if I can trigger Jay even more than Cricket stuff. Pop and Ollie.
I don't know too much about Pop and Ollie, but I know they're very similar to Cricket stuff. So
yeah, he's a child. He should be on constant supervision.
Well, if I remember correctly, Pop and Ollie is basically a spin-off of Blue's Clues mixed with Queer Kid stuff.
He's a very, very skinny kid. And
I've seen the videos, Mo. Oh, yeah. I've seen the videos. I'm just saying.
Now, I got a question. Who's got the Velociraptor in the background?
No, that would be Robert playing with himself.
Oh.
That
must be playing Ark
again.
again.
Disappointed. Is there a backstory to this? What did I miss in these 2 weeks? Do I want to know?
Well, 2 weeks ago you didn't miss anything because Jared was moving.
This is true. This is true. 2 weeks ago I didn't move, which is why there was no show 2 weeks ago. Because honestly, I was too fucking tired Friday night.
Okay, so are you one of the people who would even want to violate your bike by putting a trailer behind it? Yes, I meant that.
You think I used that to move furniture? Oh hell no!
No, he strapped it. He did it. He did it like a real man. He strapped a 400-pound couch to his back and then hopped on the breaker chain.
Oh fuck that!
And
by the way, we have a Red Eye in here.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah, I snuck in the back door. Someone sent me a link.
You come in. Are we ready for this?
Oh, we are more than ready.
We're ready.
All right, Ugly German Truths. Here you go. The Emu War.
Oh no.
Let me give you the sound.
This is Australia. For the man who imagines being strangled by a tarantula while a kangaroo breaks his kneecaps and thinks, yes, please. For the man who pictures himself being eaten by a snake in the burning outback while eating a Vegemite sandwich and thinks, yes, please. And that man was Governor Arthur Phillip, who landed...
Any comments?
Accuracy check?
I saw this. Yeah, I witnessed this happen this morning next door. It was disturbing, with the added element of a wombat humping the dude's face.
Well, I heard Vegemite has that scent for wombats.
Oh yeah, it drives them insane. Puts them into a breeding frenzy. They just fuck everything at that point. It's disturbing.
I'm still trying to find a source where I can buy that stuff so I can try it.
No, Ellen, did you want to say something?
The universe is doing you a favour by getting in the road of that purchase, and I'll leave it at that.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. I'll try almost anything once.
Back to the video.
That was not for pig.
Well, I was waiting to see if Alan had something to say. I keep seeing his thing pop up.
Sorry, that was me typing, I think.
Okay.
In eastern Australia in 1788, presumably saw a dingo being eaten by a crocodile, being eaten by a death adder, being eaten by a koala, being eaten by Mel Gibson, and thought to himself, yes, good. Now I know what you're thinking, but oversimplified, the British didn't discover Australia, the Vikings did, and you'd be wrong. I'm not sure why you'd think that.
Stop for a sec. Funny point here. It was actually, I do believe, the Dutch that landed in Western Australia 100 years before the English did. But there's also the technicality of Indigenous Australians being here for up to maybe 60,000 years before we arrived. Just wanted to point that out.
Who's counting?
The Aborigines don't count.
By the way, why does this look like one of the those reality TV stars that has way too many kids?
Probably because it is.
That and Beaver should be ashamed of the shirt, or should be insulted by the shirt.
I'm not gonna
Although I actually think he should. I think he should be ashamed because Canada did give us, Justin Bieber.
Yeah, and we've been trying to give him back ever since.
Really?
I'm so
I'd rather have Bryan Adams than Justin Bieber.
Well, wait a second. Bieber's Canadian? I
Yes.
did not know that.
Yeah,
he is.
He is.
Yeah.
Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, Canada.
What the fuck?
Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
Well, you don't have to to pack it in like that. No,
Yes, he does. He's Australian. They actually have swearing laws in Australia. You can't cuss.
He's not talking on an Australian server, or
wouldn't matter. He's sitting in Australia. Those laws apply to him.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fucking shit about swearing laws. They can shove them up their asshole sideways.
I was going to say, when did these laws go into effect? Apparently sometime after 2006, because they didn't give a shit when I was there.
I'm pretty sure there's two places in Australia you can't swear: when you're fronting the magistrate and when you're getting in a church. It's probably not a good idea. Other than that, you're pretty... You're good to go. It's Australia. No one gives a flying fuck.
What a nightmare for those who suffer from full-blown Tourette syndrome.
Hang on a second, guys. I've got some
version of it.
I've got some live action pussy on pussy action. So.
Oh no!
Wait. Where? Do you got a camera?
Okay, that broke.
You should be sharing this.
I've got my cell phone, and I'm not going to do it on my cell phone.
Bastard.
But hey, if you love Vikings so much, then why don't you check out today's sponsor? Vikings War of Clans was inspired by the PC strategy.
Skip it 10 seconds. Yeah, skip it forward 10 seconds.
Oh, it's more than 10 seconds.
Tall. Those are some extremely
My link
tall
in the
men for
description
that.
box below, and get the special bonus of 200.
Should.
Buy! Man, this is great. The market will continue to grow forever. But what if it doesn't? Oh crap, I never thought of that. Sell! And the stock market crashed, which led to economic downturn, which meant banks wouldn't lend anyone any money, which led to more economic downturn, which meant everyone stopped buying stuff, which led to more economic downturn. And hey, what if all the crops in the Great Plains were destroyed in a drought and then a big dust storm engulfed the area? That's right, more economic downturn. And in an effort to combat the crisis, America began imposing tariffs on foreign imports, which made the economic downturn go global, and the earth got really depressed. But one nation that was hit harder than most by the
They
whole
missed
affair,
a warning
Australia.
not to scale.
Ah,
Oh wait, we're not talking about Flatty video.
Keep going.
The problem for Australia was that it relied heavily on its export industries, and in the current economic climate, no one was buying. To make things worse, Australia had introduced its own currency and pegged it onto the gold standard via the British pound, but then the UK started messing with its own peg on the gold standard, and if this is starting to sound confusing, then let me oversimplify it for you. Hey UK, looks like my car's broken down. Want to give me a tow? No problem, friend, I got you.
At least you got in on the
No, wrong side.
that looks pretty accurate.
Yeah. I just want to say at this point that I want to thank America and England for fucking us over in the Great Depression. We were good until you guys fucking fucked with everything, and then
You're welcome, buddy.
then look what ended up happening. We went to fucking war with the emus. All
We
because
got
of
you,
you
bro.
guys, basically. I'm pointing
Whoa.
I'm pointing a finger over at England. I'm pointing a finger at America right now, and I'm blaming both of you.
Hey,
Bad.
we're not the ones
bad,
that made
bad
you decide to
talent.
go to war with the emus.
Yeah, we
You got a
are.
point
Take it. We'll take credit for that. You're good.
Yeah, you contributed to it. Come on, we got to share the blame.
We take
No, we
credit.
don't.
Don't make us accept all the blame ourselves because it makes us look really, really, really dumb.
We're
We wanna-
really unapologetic about these types of stuff. It's all good.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, sorry about that.
More economic downturn. The point I'm trying to make is things weren't good, and in particular, it was Australia's farmers that were suffering most. After the First World War, Australia had given returning veterans land for farming, but with the current economic crisis, the farmers just weren't making enough money, and many left to go find work in the cities. But for those who remained, things were about to get even worse.
Get a shave.
Oh shit!
Oh, I was gonna say, isn't that your current girlfriend?
And
No, my current girlfriend is it needs power.
Whoa,
And
that's the thing that
in Commodore 64. So no, that's not my current girlfriend.
you know, Red Eye. The one thing I want to extrapolate is that if it hadn't have been for the Great Emu War, we probably wouldn't have had World War II. And see, World War II was the perfect opportunity for Britain and America to make you guys winners again. So, you know, I mean, it wasn't all bad.
Yes, but before we get to that point, let's see what they decided to do instead.
Before we get into that, it's time for some cultural exchange. My national bird is the bald eagle. It's a strong patriotic symbol of America and a deeply valued and protected species. My national bird is the peafowl. It's a beautiful creature whose vivid colors represent India, so we list it as a protected species. My national bird is the emu, and it's a pest.
Wow. Okay. All right. You want to throw some shade? Let's throw some shade. I put forward that the bald eagle is actually a scavenger that just feasts on carcasses of dead things. I put it forward that America should make the turkey. I say that America should make the turkey its national bird. Turkeys are badass. They actually fucking chase people down. Like,
Actually,
videos of turkeys engaging police in America.
Benjamin Franklin wanted to make the turkey.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, he did.
The
No
turkey.
fucking way.
The turkey was the initial bird presented as the bird of the U.S. by Franklin. And you're forgetting something. I have seen a turkey win in a high-speed fight versus an SUV.
Oh shit!
Ooh.
See, you've just
Was
proven
it thawed or frozen, Jared?
No. There are wild turkeys up here in New England.
Oh, I know there are.
And driving down one of the back roads, driving through one of the state highways, there was an SUV about a quarter mile ahead of me, and I see this thing dart out from the woods from the right, see a puff of feathers, and then something continue on to the left. It was a fucking turkey. Obliterated the guy's front end, but the bird kept going.
Are the typical American turkey strong enough to break a grown man's arm?
Yep.
Bone, in other words?
Yep. And at one point last year, there were 3 of them running loose, terrorizing a town, and animal control could not catch them.
We've got turkeys here in America or here in Missouri that will race your car. We've got turkeys here in Missouri who don't give a flying flip what you are or who you are. If you're in their territory, you're going to get it.
Got us what we call scrub turkeys over here now. During the Great Depression, they were nearly fucking wiped out to extinction, and they kind of got protected. And these birds now, when they nest, they build a massive mound of leaves. They'll lay eggs in it, and then they fuck off. They're like the deadbeat bird parents of the bird world. It's like they're the worst parents in the world. They're like deadbeat dad and deadbeat mums go straight down the pub, abandon the chicks. The chicks never meet mum and dad. They hatch and go, what the fuck? And they got to survive. They fend for themselves from day one. And I had some nesting living in my shed, and one day I'm noticed out the backyard that the grass is moving. It's like there's something walking through the grass. This tiny little fucking head pops up, and it's a tiny little turkey about 8 inches tall, and there's 3 of them. And they travel together, lived in my shed. All 3 of them survived, but they've now grown into plague proportions because everyone's got enough to eat now, and they are ruining backyards. They're like a plague, these fucking turkeys in Australia now. And everyone was going, we got to stop eating the turkeys back in the 40s because we nearly wiped them out. Now everyone's going, we need to get rid of them because they're basically a plague that are going to take over our country.
Brandy, I don't recommend eating turkeys rare.
Ooh.
Nope. No.
And apparently our scrub turkeys do taste quite delicious, which is why they were nearly extinct.
Oh, you gotta love the dark meat.
So bloody delicious. Emus, 6 feet tall, 90 to 120 pounds, and able to run at speeds up to 40 miles per hour, usually return to the coast after their breeding season. But suddenly they found Western Australia full of lush, wet farmland. Oh my, look at all this delicious wheat that just so happens to be growing here in large quantities. Hey guys, get a load of this. Look at all this delicious
Pretty accurate representation, I would say.
It's spot on.
Yeah.
Hey, who left this big hole in the fence? Guys, get a load of this. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Now, fun fact: the English decided, geez, wouldn't it be fun to? I don't know. Bring some rabbits out and some foxes so we can have some hunts. Well, there's your fucking end result, and that's. Thanks, England.
Well, I would say the end result for airplane travelers is the extremely strict quarantine rules for produce and that kind of thing.
Yep.
You guys protect your wildlife like nothing else.
We kind of have to because we're one of the only places that officially we don't have things like rabies and that, but there is a disease locally that if you put it under a microscope and get a scientist to look at some rabies and this one, most of them can't tell the fucking difference. Oops. But that's another story. But yeah, rabbits, there's actually in Queensland, you are not allowed to keep pet rabbits at all. It's illegal to keep rabbits. If you're found with a pet rabbit, they will take your rabbit off you, they will destroy your pet, and they will fine you a lot of fucking money.
Why?
Do you have native hares instead?
Why?
No.
No, they were all introduced pests. Because they have no real natural predators here, and they just keep fucking breeding.
Yeah, that is their thing.
So why can't you have a pet though? Just scared that you'll lose control of it.
Yeah, people get bored with their pets and let them go.
Gotcha.
Case in point, one of my ex-girlfriends who had a pet rabbit let the fucking thing go. I'm like, why did you do that? Why didn't you take it to the pet shop where it would have survived? That rabbit's now going to die in the wild, a horrible death, and it's going to probably be eaten by one of those Seahawks over there. See that Seahawk circling around? That's going to eat your rabbit.
Is this your current girlfriend?
No, she's definitely my ex.
Okay, she's a dumbass.
Contact the local zoo that have predators.
Well,
and they can get some live food for once. They don't have much fat on them, I think. So.
Even then, going towards the zoo, you still run the risk of if you ain't supposed to fucking have it as a pet to begin with, they will report your ass because they get a kickback.
And there's also diseases. They're really a good sort of a good way for disease to get around because those things, little bastards, are quite mobile when they want to hop around, and there's plenty of food so they can just keep traveling and eating. And disease was spreading through the native population of certain things. So they introduced a disease called myxomatosis to the rabbit populations, and they go around placing baits and killing these things en masse. But there's so many of them now that we'll never get rid of them.
Mixes are horrible. thing, though. It's
Yep.
really vile.
But is the infestation of rabbits worse or than the king toad?
On par.
Probably worse. It's because the cane toads are sort of contained in my state, and they're just spreading into the Northern Territory, and they're spreading into New South Wales. But those things are traveling at 20 kilometres a night.
That's true.
It's crazy the way they're adapting to drier conditions. Here's the crazy part: scientists did some tests, and they're finding them in more and more arid regions, and they will change their blood chemistry to adapt to the local conditions to harden themselves up so they can survive. It's fucking frightening how quickly they are adapting to the new conditions here, and they've got no predators. And what they're also doing is training native wildlife by putting cane toad sausage out, and it's got a very small dose of the poison in them. Any native animal that eats it will get violently ill but not die. And they're hoping they can train these things not to eat them, and then that behavioural trait gets passed on because the smart ones will survive, the dumb ones die. But it's pretty mad, yeah. That's how far we've had to go now that we're doing this sort of shit, and we've found out that they can change their blood chemistry, cane toads, to adapt to drier conditions. It's frightening.
Apparently, we're having a whiskey conversation in the live chat.
That's much better than cane toads. I'll shut up then.
Appropriate conversation to have before movie night.
Oh, yeah. What I am from around. What a lovely morning for some farming. What? Those damned emus, they have it in for me. They're bullies. They're nothing but bullies. Calm down, Bruce. They're just animals. It's not personal. Hey, Farmer Bruce, where did you find that hat? The toilet?
Well, it's personal now.
Yes.
I love how they called him Bruce. Oh, it's bloody Bruce, mate.
Yeah.
One of the best Monty Python sketches. The philosophy department at Watlamalu.
All right.
20,000 emus cost the already struggling farmers millions more pounds in lost crops and damages. The situation couldn't continue like this. Something had to be done. So in 1932, the farmers turned to the government for help. You'd think they'd go to the Minister of Agriculture, but these farmers said no. This is a job for the military. So they went to George Pearce, the Minister of Defense. That's right, Australia was to go to war with the emus. But not everyone was happy with the idea. This is barbaric. We can't go slaughtering thousands of our own national bird. Oh, come on, guys. The machine guns will make it quick and painless. Machine guns? You're using machine guns? This is animal cruelty. Look, I know it's unusual, but it's not like we're poachers turning the birds into feather hats. Think of the benefits. It'll be good target practice for our boys. The government can show it took action. Plus, I can get myself a nice new feather hat. Did I say feather hat? I meant I want to together chat with you about...
Wait for it, Jared. Not quite done.
Getting you all some nice new feather hats. Did I say feather hats? I meant I want to wage terror at these emus and turn them all into feather hats. Damn it. Of course.
Oh, bad save. Bad save.
Gets so close to a save and then ruins it.
Yeah. At least you tried.
Pearce first made the farmers sign an agreement saying that they would pay for the whole thing and that Pearce wouldn't take any of the blame if the operation, that was clearly very stupid, turned out to indeed be stupid, and the operation went ahead. Major G.P.W. Meredith and his men were sent with 2 Lewis machine guns to hunt down and take out the evil emu population in Western Australia.
Evil?
Target spotted. Well, was it an emu? No, sir. It's an emo. Damn it, Jones. Learn your vowel.
Close enough. Close enough.
Nice.
That's right.
Hey, what's on that t-shirt?
You like the t-shirt, Jared? My Chemical Romance?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I laughed when I saw that bit. I
My
cried.
Chemical Romance.
I'm sorry. Okay, it looks like the humans are coming for us. But check this out. I've come up with an amazing plan. See if you can follow me here, okay? When they approach, we run away. Sir,
What? No.
you're
no
a genius.
swagger
Here's
stick?
something.
Come on.
What?
They could. If I was making that animation, I would have given that that emu on the right, number 2 on the left there, a swagger stick. That was come on. They lost that one.
Missed opportunities, but oh well.
Yeah. but I'm a geek, so. Yeah.
All right.
Camera crew along with the machine gunners to capture some good old propaganda for the government. And the first battle took place in November at Campion. The men spotted a mob of emus from a distance, so they set up their guns and opened fire. The emus split up into smaller groups and ran in every direction. The men were only able to kill what they called a number of birds, but the vast majority got away. Cut!
So you got that, Bo? The first battle was won by the emus.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
Surprisingly,
if only we knew what was to come, we would have abandoned this whole war at the start.
many of the emus were able to take multiple bullets, but still run at full speed to safety, causing Meredith to compare them to tanks, saying if we had a military division with the bullet-carrying capacity of these birds, it would face any army in the world. Okay, we need to get closer.
Domesticate
No,
them.
you idiots, not to me, to the emus. Oh, sorry. No. I like
it here.
So,
yeah.
All right.
Next, they tried sneaking up on a large number of emus near a local dam and firing at short range. Maybe the men were just unlucky, but my professional opinion says the emus were magic, because both guns jammed after just 12 emus were killed, and once again, the rest got away. Cut!
Battle of the Dam. Emus.
How's it going?
The men were feeling a little
Superior
humiliated
technology
after
wins the day.
to a pack of discount ostriches, so they decided to move further south, where the emus were said to be tamer. And this time, they had a new strategy. Okay, Jones, here's the plan. You mount the machine gun in the back, I'll chase the emus, you shoot. Got it? Got it.
Yeah, I can't help thinking of a certain puppet movie right now. America, fuck
yeah!
Chase down the emus with a vehicle that moves half the speed.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Matt Damon. Fuck you, Eric Berwin.
The worst part is he liked that part of the movie. Them making fun of him. That's right.
Well, that just shows that Matt Damon actually has a sense of humor, and he actually has that bit of humbleness. Because keep in mind, look at what he also did in Jane and Bob's Strike Back.
That was Ben Affleck.
Yeah. He actually will make fun of himself.
That was Ben Affleck, though, wasn't it?
Both.
There's both of them.
Both were.
Oh yeah, they were in the studio. I got you. Yeah. At the end.
Yeah, well, Ben Affleck was in Chasing Amy.
Yep.
He does a lot of stuff for Kevin Smith. Yeah.
Dogma was great.
I love Dogma.
Yeah.
Alanis Morissette was looking hot.
They could have went better than Alanis, but you know
they did fine with Alanis.
Oh,
okay.
If she still had that very short hair or long, or is it just me?
Bo, I think you're thinking of Sinead O'Connor.
I'm gonna shove that camera up your... The operation was a
What the?
fiasco, and the press had a...
Wow.
Oh.
Filler.
This is filler. Oh.
Filler text. This is filler text. Don't read this. I'm gonna copy and paste it in a second. Okay, here we go. 20 pence.
Oh.
30.
My Chemical Bromance.
Oh shit! They've even got the fucking currency right. 20 pence.
20 pence. The Aussie Oracle.
Hey, if you're gonna spoof on history, you got to do it accurately.
Hold on, I have to say something. Jared, I'm gonna send you some screen. Oh God, Jared.
No, wow, no, what?
Is this a Mr. 95% related interruption?
After. After.
Okay.
Play.
Field day. In Parliament, Pierce was lambasted, and an opposition party member suggested that medals should be handed out to the emus, who had won every round so far. Pierce feeling
the
quite
featherhead,
humiliated, called the operation off. But 4 days later, the farmers approached again and said, "Hey man, the emus are still eating all our crops. Can you send the army back out here?" And Pierce was like, "Yeah, okay." So the operation was back on for round 2. And this time Meredith and his men had learned the emus' guerrilla tactics and were much more successful, with reports suggesting the men were cutting down 300 emus every week. I hope you boys are getting great footage of this. What on earth are you filming? Despite the success...
Gibson with a koala in his mouth.
And look how happy he looks. Mel looks so happy.
He looks like he got his Lakers tickets back.
I'm thinking more of the koala's facial expression. What is he doing to that koala? And I'm not thinking about his mouth.
Yes.
Poor
Mel's
Mel.
so happy. No, look, he's just so happy there.
That thing has gonorrhea.
What's the female in the background?
What color was it? What color?
And boop.
Yes, the media had lost interest in the whole thing. But with 1,000 emus killed, Pierce finally ended the operation and returned to Parliament declaring victory for the humans. So there were 20,000 emus out there destroying crops, and you've killed 1,000. Meaning there's still 19,000 emus out there. Yep. And in addition, you've burned through 10,000 rounds of ammunition. Meaning you wasted 10 rounds per confirmed kill. That's right. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call this one for the emus.
Commentary for commentary's sake.
That's
a nice haircut they've all got.
Count. I mean, they were at least. I mean, they did say in the video in the beginning that they were using machine guns, and there were only 10,000 rounds.
No. I have a question. Why do they all look like short Chinese men who are
Exactly.
They're
You guys have no artistic appreciation for overly simplified.
No, at least they don't have a what is it, captain insignia for under their nose. Or is it lieutenant? Can't remember.
If they wanted them to be British or Australian, they should have put like a little glass for the eye.
That would be British, but yeah. Well,
aren't they supposed to be
basically? Yeah.
German though?
No, it's
What are they supposed to be?
Their parliament.
Parliament. Okay.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
not
There is
Australia
a
was-
British flag there. Okay.
Yeah, it was very similar. You'd be hard pressed to tell sort of an Australian and someone from England apart. The dress, like all of the fashion, was very similar. Most of the radio and TV shows were from England at the time.
So, as I said, they all need an eyeglass.
No, they don't.
Does the Australian Parliament also have shouting matches more or less the same as in Britain?
More
Yeah. What they do is they have these wonderful mock battles, and then they'll go in behind the scenes. There's very, very nice bars with very expensive wooden cabinets housing some of the world's finest alcoholic beverages.
So
Money can buy.
they basically do the same as every time one team scores a point in cricket. They start mocking everyone.
Oh yeah, we've actually got senators taking each other to court over arguments they've had in the Senate. Now it's getting
Yes.
so lame.
That's what I was trying to get Bo to shut up for so I could explain. He needs to watch Daisy Cousins' video about that. It is great.
How long before they'll start, throwing shoes at each other?
Everyone drink.
At least I got a feather hat. What? So in the end, the Emus won the Emu War of 1932, and the Emus continued to wreak havoc on the farmers for years to come. The government...
I'm scared, Bruce.
It is a fucking kangaroo.
Or a wallaby?
Just standing there.
I don't know how
It's a
to-
kangaroo.
That's kangaroo.
Yeah,
That's a
look at
great
that.
I have a question about kangaroos.
Yes.
introduced the bounty
Hold
system.
on, pause the video.
Some success.
Yes, they will kick the dick out of you. Or fuck off of you.
So go back 5 seconds.
No.
Beautiful car, by the way.
Kangaroo. Can the pocket be used as a fleshlight?
No.
What?
On the farmers for
It's
years
not
to
a
come.
pocket.
It's
It's a pouch.
Yeah.
Well, unless it's a male.
The pouch is literally the same thing.
No.
To answer
No.
your question, Pig, no.
Okay.
Hey, Pig, do you have Amazon
Bec-
Prime?
Because here's the thing, Pig. The kangaroos who have the pouch are the males, and if you get that close to them in that manner, they will literally
hurt.
rear back and kick your dick off.
No,
you
females. Females have the pouches.
You kill them first, okay? And then
Pretty sure the males don't have one.
Not
Yeah, the females have them to carry the.
I think Jared is getting warmed up for movie night already.
Here's a weird fact about kangaroos. They can have a pregnancy, and they can actually, if conditions aren't good, like if water dries up, they can basically put that embryo in a stasis-like condition where it will stop developing. And then when conditions improve, it will continue to develop, and they can give birth to one joey and get pregnant, have the other joey on the bake while raising the first one. That's why they're kind of like very proficient
really
at surviving in the conditions. Yeah, it's a very strange trait. It's kind of cool though from biological sort of stuff. It's weird.
If you look, speaking, the kangaroo has a nice nutsack.
I mean, technically speaking, they give birth before the joeys are born, basically.
Yeah, and it's weird too. Yeah,
wound.
you're right. There's footage of the joeys when they're born. There's tiny little blind things, and they have to find their own way up, and crawl up into the pouch themselves. It's like
glue themselves to the cheat.
Yep.
Literally. Yeah.
Weird little critters.
The government introduced a bounty system, which saw some success. But for a moment, let's take some time to remember the brave men who said goodbye to their families and risked their lives to take on the great evil emu population in Western Australia.
VA claim in 3, 2, 1. Jared.
No, that was brilliant.
But even more importantly, let's think of the friends they made, the bond they created, and the memories they shared.
And safety briefs.
Safety briefs are a long way off.
Bad memories. Safety briefs.
Risk
I think that's enough. I don't want to get you straight.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, since that's all we can play, I have a topic for you all.
Nobody cares.
So, Facebook group has when they play together 400,000
Facebook.
Okay. In September 20th, they're going to storm Area 51, around 400,000.
Oh yeah, that one.
God.
Hey, popcorn, beer, go.
I want to watch them do Area 52 instead.
You're
I
just
want to watch them bathe in the waters of Area 52. That would be great.
Hey, just drag a couple of Gatling guns up into towers or something and just let them rip.
Yeah,
Done.
let's storm a military base and see what happens.
Yeah, very smart. Oh yeah, and let's not even keep it secret.
Arguably,
Great idea, guys.
Arguably the most protected one at that.
Now, what happened recently? I heard in the last 12 months, apparently a civilian decided that he's going to go into Area 51 in his car, and he had some cylindrical objects in said car, which may or may not have been gas canisters. I'm not sure. The folks at Area 51 didn't take too kindly to his presence, and he's now in the. We've got to use nice language here on you. He's in the forever sleep now.
That would not surprise me.
Oh, you mean one of those government-funded forever sleep?
Yes, you know the one where it's sort of there's enough lead flying through the air that you might mistake it for horizontal rain. Forever sleep. Yeah. Did not end well for him.
At least you save money for rent and food and water.
Yes.
So what would happen if I went to Area 51 a day before the raid and volunteered myself for service?
They would laugh at you and give you 10-second head start.
Yeah, they wouldn't even let you volunteer. They would just tell you, get the fuck out. No, seriously, turn the fuck around and leave, or you're dead.
But I want to take a picture with the UFO.
Yeah, do you see this master switch? Click.
Here's the worrying part. There's enough conspiracy nuts in America that will see that page. It's obviously a troll page. If you go and see who created it and look at the username, it's kind of a dead giveaway that it's a troll page. But there's enough conspiracy nuts out there that are going to see this shit and go, this is a good idea. There's going to be enough of us. They can't kill all of us. Listen, conspiracy nuts, I'm here to tell you that they've got these things out there that make it rain lead horizontally that will mow you all down and turn you into a fine pink mist and make you all forever sleep. I promise you, they have the ability to do that very easily. They can make you forever sleep just by dropping things from the sky by these magical flying things called planes with laser guided munitions on. You don't.
Also,
if they see tens of thousands of people crowding at the front of Area 51, what do you think they're going to freaking do? What do you think they're going to do?
Yeah, and by the way, they are legally allowed to let those lead, that lead rain stuff pass, past that fence with their signs that says, well, they have authorization to kill you. That fence will not automatically stop the bullets flying.
They just need to give enough warning, and if you've been warned, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And actually, the fences on military bases actually aren't at the line where the military controls.
They're a little further back.
Yeah,
typically.
they're a little further back. So.
So
you're a protester. Hold on. You're a protester. You go, you can't do nothing. We're not on your property. And the dude goes, well,
actually,
the map says actually. Look at GPS tools.
Hey, dude.
Well, that's
do you
where
have cell phone coverage? Yes.
No.
Okay. Look up zoning maps.
No, not even that. Not even that. A lot of them. So, like, especially the bases that I was stationed at, it's more if you're within talking distance of the gate, they'll be like, yeah, you need to turn around and leave. But I'm not on government property. It's like, really? Turn around. See that intersection? That's where our property began.
Oh God!
But you can't do that. I know my rights. Yeah. Because everybody who says, I know my rights. Yeah, no.
Oh my God! I've just had my ultimate YouTube video that I want to see. I want to see one of those First Amendment auditors try and audit Area 51 to see how long he lasts.
But the thing is, they have highly trained military personnel. They wouldn't, they wouldn't use him as target practice. They would just end him. No joy.
Forever
It's
sleep.
just, boom, done. I'd rather see that in a sleeping town, with old folks, and you just see very.
Generally, we're not trained to shoot to wound.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And what kind of weapon are you envisioning for this?
I don't know.
An old Vickers gun.
Sounds good.
The ones they used in the Emu War are available, apparently. We rent them out.
With a disc.
What did Leo
magazines.
do this time?
The old Lewis guns. What else have we got down here? Jesus.
That video I was watching?
Yeah, it looked like the new one from Leo that I haven't gotten to see yet.
Yes, and it's great already.
Nice. So, for those wondering, in the military, at all levels, we're not taught to shoot to wound. We're not taught to shoot for a headshot. Center mass, bitch. Triangle.
And if you're a hostage, it sucks to be you.
2 in the chest, 1 in the head.
Here locally, they have changed the the saying that they instill in first aid training to it used to be stop the accident from happening. For example, if you're in traffic, get somebody to stop the traffic, to avoid anything worse happening, and so on. We're trained to do basically the same thing. Stop what's going on. And that's the easiest way to do that is center mass. Not that double tap in the face stuff, because no, you want to aim that lead where it's easiest to hit something. So and not just one shot. No, you keep firing until you are absolutely sure it doesn't move anymore.
Yeah,
and then you fire a couple of more rounds into it.
Exactly. I've seen some footage. This guy's got dressed up, thought he was, I don't know, having his little GTA moment. And he's driven his utility vehicle into a field and he sat there and he's like in body armor And this guy gets out of the car and he just pulls the gun out and he just starts running towards the police shooting. He didn't get much past the back of the utility vehicle because the local law enforcement officials made it horizontally rain that lead stuff. And he went to the forever sleep very quickly, but he fell down. But the horizontal lead rain stuff did not stop falling for a minute or two because they were going to make sure that the bad man that was trying to make them forever sleep was well and truly in his forever sleep forever. And I've seen more footage of that. There's certain theatres of war where you see Allied troops drop a guy with a rather large rifle and they're not quite sure whether he's down or not. And you'll just see him keep laying lead on the guy until they go, right, we've put about 30 rounds into his chest now. He's in forever sleep territory. We're good. You just make sure the job's done.
That lead stuff's very dangerous.
What? Forever sleep is bad, by the way, kids. You don't want to go to the forever sleep until you're really, 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 really old. Just saying.
Oh. Hey, Jared, you remember that stream we did for with Team Skeptic and that video he shared?
Maybe.
The one I said, and they came for.
Oh yeah.
As the title. Yeah, I got a copy. I got a copyright claim on it. Not a strike, just a claim on it.
I've been getting a few
Which
lately
part?
because of the material we've been sharing, but they
Yeah,
can...
as long as it's not a strike, I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, exactly.
I just denied Disney their money. I private all my videos that Star Wars related that come up with claim. Because, F Disney.
Yeah, but the thing is, the content match system works even as you it starts looking at videos, even as it's uploaded, regardless of what you set it to.
I know.
Private, listed, and
Well,
public.
no, see, here's the thing. If the video is private, it's not making any money anyway, so them having a claim claim on the content, they're not getting anything anyway, so their claim is pointless at that instance.
Yep.
Yeah,
And most of the
except
time
for
that
being
Disney gets it, it's because I'm streaming Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic or I'm streaming Star Wars The Old Republic, and Disney claims it. Although I did find a way around that. The last one I did on YouTube, I didn't have the audio going through. So it didn't get claimed yet.
Well, wait a
They
minute.
could be
Aren't
going
Disney-
more. So because it's a game and because it's dynamic, they are going to clue in on the audio first because it's repetitive and predictable, whereas the visual part of the gameplay is not.
Yep.
But aren't the game or gaming part of Disney just as idiotic and childish as Nintendo in terms of saying, well, no, even gameplay is a copyright strike?
Nintendo have come good on that, and they're now allowing it because they realised it was damaging their ability to let people know about. It's like, how do we let people know about these games if we can't let people? Because people like Darkside Phil are now streaming Nintendo games on the Switch. So you've got the Mario World level maker, and that's a big thing at the moment. So Nintendo have relaxed that, whereas it looks like this.
They essentially.
I think what's going on with the music stuff is there's two companies. There's Warner Brothers and there's A&M or some other company, and they are the people going. Even if you've got 2.5 seconds of music in, they will grab it. Now, here's a little quick story. A certain well-known music artist who wrote a very well-known song that charted very well. It's a very well-known song. I'm not going to name names though. They have a secondary channel, so they did a acoustic sort of a different version of their own song, and it got claimed on YouTube. And so they contacted YouTube and went, "Listen, I wrote this song. That's my channel, and this is me doing my own song. What's up? Can I have it back?" And YouTube went, "No." He is the fucking guy that created the goddamn music, and YouTube said, "No, we're not releasing this claim. Fuck you." And so the guy went, "Fuck YouTube," and he's now this person does not like YouTube very much, and I don't fucking blame them.
Well, here's the thing though about that is he may have written the song, but if somebody else bought the rights from him to produce and make money off of that song,
he's that big that he owns this. He owns everything. He knows the game, and he showed them and he proved it, and they just still went, "No."
at that point, he needs to go with whoever the claimant is at that point. So, like example on my screen right here, if I owned it, I'm the one who did it, and I didn't sign any contract with Walt Disney that saying they own it, that they actually owe me the royalties. I would have to go to them to tell them to take the claim off of it.
And if I'm not mistaken, UMG is one of those companies who, their sole purpose in life is to make copyright claims, etc., on behalf of
companies,
dicks like Disney. Yeah, that's they exist because of YouTube.
Yeah. Now, here's the problem that it faced. To go any further with this, it was basically at the stage of you got to hire a lawyer, and it's the amount of money that they were talking about compared to what this person earns in their lifetime is not worth it. So what they've done now is they're actually backing content creators that are bailing off YouTube. Behind the scenes, there are people out there that hate YouTube so much now that they are facilitating people getting fuck off the platform to go to other platforms. And I think we can fix YouTube. Susan's got to go, and they got to start rewriting the rule book. The flagging system got weaponized. The copyright system got weaponized by corporations, and they're making a lot of fucking money. And Susan's doing nothing to protect the people that made this platform what it is today. She is screwing them. And it's
sad that Alphabet doesn't get their fingers out of their own asses.
When there's money problems, that's when they'll give a shit. Until then, Alphabet will not get involved. Either will Google. Either they will not, unless the profit margin dips so badly that they'll come in and just go and get rid of everyone.
What about Susan Wojcicki? I don't care what her name is. What about her idea with YouTube TV? Did that get canned as well, or is it still lurking around?
It's still lurking. I get ads for it every once in a while.
Fuck.
Yeah. They tried to homogenize the network. They were going to try and turn it into a Netflix-like service, and YouTube Red was the first stage of that, and it's failed miserably. They need to go back and reset and go, we're a content sharing platform, and we just got to come up with better ways to police the platform to get rid of actual hardcore racial shit and hard, kiddie porn. We got to come down on like a ton of bricks on that stuff. But the people that are just talking about, I don't know, right-leaning conservative politics, maybe we don't just ban them off the platform instantly because they agree with Stephen Crowder maybe, or whoever, I don't know, whatever right-leaning person you want to talk about. It's just getting ridiculous.
Hey, Jared.
Yep.
How does somebody save 20 terabytes for one basic script?
Whoa.
Wait, what?
ePost Vox.
Okay, we're not talking about a written script here. We're talking about
probably code.
Yeah, storyline that's been animated. Then
I'm interested to hear what it is.
20 gigs.
No, not gigs. Terabytes.
Terabytes.
Oh fuck no! Come on. Really? That's more than just wireframe animations for storylines.
That's a lot of hard drives.
Hey, that's like 2 hard drives, around. Shut the fuck up.
That's a NAS.
Yeah.
No. Straight 2 terabytes or 2, 8, maybe 3 drives is all that takes now.
No, that would be the worst possible idea ever.
I know,
to do
but it's still
if it's money, worth money.
Still
I shall preview it.
Yeah, but if you want to make money out of it, hopefully, it would still be a fucking stupid idea to just put it on one single place, in one single place. In other words, grade 0 or worse. Yeah, no.
Oh, comment in chat that's going to sink like a lead balloon in 3, 2, 1.
Citations needed, Matt Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Math Bell, yeah, here's the thing. You're welcome to speak your mind, but if you're going to make a claim to that level, please be able to support your claim. Now, if you notice, the message has only been deleted. You still have the ability to speak.
But thinking that's most likely just a sock account. If we were to ban it, it would probably pop up with a different one again.
Okay, Matt Bell. I need to see evidence of that.
Right.
Okay?
Here's the thing. I'll just say this: for every shitty thing that you may see on the press or hear about in the press, there's tens of thousands of acts done by US service personnel all over the world that you'll never fucking hear about ever. They'll never make the news because happy news isn't fucking. People don't want to watch that. But the one shitty thing done by one fucking person at a certain time, you don't paint the whole fucking mob as bad because of the act of one shitty individual. Please don't do that. They deserve better, and I'll leave it at that.
Go ahead and time them out for right now, because while you're in timeout, you can sit and listen to this. So, for every negative act that a Marine has done on Okinawa, you never hear about the hundreds of thousands of hours and dollars that are donated by by the other service members that are down there to the local community that they are stationed around. And that happens at every base, everywhere.
Yep. I don't know how many times I've worked for, United Way, and just highway cleanup patrols and stuff like that you don't hear about in the news. But one sailor kills somebody drinking and driving, that's all over the news.
Yeah, it's the same in Australia. We have 5,000 Marines stationed here in Northern Territory at any one given time. And the only time you hear about them, you don't hear about all of the good stuff that they do for the locals out there. And I bet you there's a metric fuck ton of stuff that they've done that doesn't rate as newsworthy because it's good, happy news with no fucking drama. But if one of them gets in a bar fight,
sure, it's fuck you hear about that.
The press jump on it.
It's a general psychological thing. Yeah, just negative stuff. People communicate negative stuff more than they'll communicate positive stuff. That's just a given in anything.
The only time you'll see something good about service members is usually the holidays with Toys for Tots.
Well, that's the entire thing that drives news nowadays is the negative aspects of life. It brings in more views, and so they're going to highlight that. Something I'd like to point out, though, is the economic stimulation that just occurs based upon soldiers in other countries.
Oh yeah, I talked about that last time, didn't I? We worked out $1,000 a day you guys spend when you visit Australia per sailor, per day.
Hold on, and
that's just for the alcohol.
In Korea, the typical soldier's rent is 1.6 million won. Okay, that's $1 million being dropped monthly.
And the sex industry, when a fucking American goddamn carrier pulls into town, the sex industry gets the biggest fucking economic boost you've ever seen. It's fucking unreal. The ladies just they party for a month afterwards because they got so much fucking money. They also walk around going, ow, 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 ow.
Damn.
Look, here's the bottom line. Australia doesn't invite every country to station troops here. We've invited America to do so. Why is that? We're allied. And why is that? Because we think that our moral sort of things line up and we want to try and do good as a group, as a collective, improve humanity maybe, instead of trying to run it into the ground. I don't know, like Saddam Hussein tried to run certain, and what was Gaddafi was another wonderful individual. Who's another one? We've got, just go back through history and look at them all. And who was there to stop them in the last 100 years? America, fuck yeah.
So, decided to come back on the sock and made the claim that thousands of civilians were killed.
Literally thousands, yeah.
Except, see, here's the thing. When you are given multiple days warning that, hey, we're coming into this town, you guys have 48 hours to vacate, or you will be treated as an enemy combatant, and then you don't fucking leave? What do you expect to happen? I mean, when you really look at it, you can make those claims all you want, but neglecting pertinent information as such as giving the local populace a warning of, hey, we have reports of this, we're coming in to do X, you guys have this much time to put yourself into a safe situation. If you make the decision not to, that is on you.
And it's not like it's on the other side of the galaxy within the local quadrant.
Oh. Does Mathbell want to come join us and have a discussion about this?
Yes.
I'm tempted to extend the invite for the last hour.
Yeah. Let's bring Asshat into this.
And probably
let's show them exactly the level of cranial rectomitis they suffer from.
I wonder what his opinion is of all the Japanese that killed civilians during the Pearl Harbor attack.
And
or even you know what, you don't even have to go to Pearl Harbor. Go look at what they did to China.
Yeah. Plague
China.
bombs. Fucking plague bombs. Now let's quickly touch on this. The Japanese came up with a device, right? And they worked out that if you get fleas infected with the fucking plague and you put them in a ceramic container and you detonate that container with a small amount of explosives, not enough to hurt the fleas, but it'll shatter the thing open, and you do it at a couple of 100 feet, the fleas will fall down, survive the fall, and land in the middle of the village and start biting the humans, and then the plague just goes. So, yeah, and you don't want to. Do we really need to go to Germany and the concentration camps? Do we fucking really need to touch on that? Here's the sad reality: human beings, when at war, do really horrendous fucking things to each other out of anger, out of fear, out of retribution, revenge. And that's why we need to improve ourselves, and we're trying to get better and better each, every generation. We try and not repeat the mistakes of the past. But if you're just going to say Americans are guilty of this and not mention everyone else, all I have to say to you is, Sir, madam, and I'm shutting up.
Maybe turn that snowflake filter off would be a good idea. And probably also, find out the finer details of the difference between killing someone and murdering someone. There's a big difference.
I'd like to point out something real quick. Matt Bell has the link. Everyone can actually see it, so no one outside of Matt Bell click that link.
Or Anisetto.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So I'd like to point out one quick thing about what Red Eye said. Each generation does get better. I mean, the last generation ankles were fucking wrong. Right? Now look at us. Masturbation is acceptable.
And Trump is.
We try and get better. I did put that qualifier on there. We try.
Pig, I will say this. The only reason why masturbation is even acceptable now is to keep you from procreating.
Shit! I forgot. I forgot. Honorable mention: Islamic State. Did you see the way they treated gay people there? It's like, hey, here's an 8-story building. Hey, let's throw them off it. Oh shit, they're kind of still alive. Let's stone them to death now. Yeah, Islamic State. So when I say we are trying to move forward, we do have 2 steps forward, step back sometimes. Islamic State was like 5 steps back, but we're trying to rectify that.
Too.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. There are people out there that thought that was a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? They're all the people from Australia that thought it was a good idea are now begging to come back to live in Australia now. Why is that? Oh, that's right, because Islamic State consists of a patch of dirt about the size of, I don't know, a bomb crater next to a river somewhere in the Middle East, and that's fucking it now. What a shame. What a fucking shame. Shut up, Red Eye. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I just killed the room. My apologies.
Oh, no. I'm just wondering if this person has the balls to actually put their views up for scrutiny in that way.
They won't. They won't.
It's been pretty fucking silent since posting that link.
Yeah. Well, there's plenty of snowflake keyboard warriors out there, so that need their safe space.
I'd like to hear what they've got to say. If they've got some stuff to show us, I like to learn. history's quite interesting to me. I've been watching the history guy on YouTube, and he tells all these little the battles that America got into before you were officially in the war. You actually did have a few engagements with the Germans. It was very interesting time before America officially entered the war. There was a little grey area there where you guys were still supplying the Allies, and the Germans were going, not cool. And then U-boats started messing with your shit, and they sunk one of your ships, and then that's when you basically went, oh, okay then, and you started shooting at each other, and then declared war on each other.
Unrestricted submarine warfare. Yes,
it was crazy.
I'm really interested in history. I've been watching history a lot lately. And I have to say, I think they're right, because the odds of actually moving those huge ass bricks across the water, up a fucking thing, using fucking wood as a fucking conveyor belt system is just fucking unfathomable. They had anti-gravity machinery, plain and simple.
Oh,
you know, William, it's funny you mention the video about the USS Pigeon. I was listening to that video as I laid down in bed last night.
I've seen that one mentioned on the History Guide channel. I will watch that one next. I've just been watching some of the sub stuff.
History Guide channel. I've been watching the channel. Which one?
We should list his channel name in the chat because he's actually a very good channel.
Exactly. Yeah, I think he's researched his stuff.
Yeah.
It's good to. The handy thing about modern history is that it's fairly well documented with film and audio, whereas we can't go back 2,000 years and look at the footage, but we can go back and look at some of the footage from 1945. Like,
wait. We can go 2,000 years
on, footage. And I recommend there's a video out there. No, shush. There's a video everyone should watch. It's a movie called Trinity and Beyond, and it was classified footage that got unclassified, and it's basically the American military went, hey, we're going to blow up these bombs and it's going to look fucking cool. We should hire some film dudes that actually know how to shoot movies to do this. So they went to Hollywood and hired a bunch of Hollywood movie dudes, and they filmed all of the atomic blasts. And the coolest one is the atomic cannon with the double mushroom cloud. That fucking looks so cool. You guys made a fucking artillery piece that shot goddamn nuclear shells, by the way. You crazy sons of bitches. You magnificent sons of bitches. Then who was the guy? They even thought about building a shoulder-fired one, aka like Fallout. I shit you not.
To be fair, though, however, like our bombings, though, realistically, it was just the world's most highest stakes game of poker.
Yeah, except you kind of went through and laid down blackjack on. Let's put in blackjack.
The problem is, at the time, we only had enough visual material for 3 bombs. We used 1 for the test and 2 for each of the places. We didn't have enough visual material to build another bomb after that for a bit.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
By the way,
it was a poker bluff.
Wow. By the way, Ted, doesn't Red Eye owe you and me a thanks on behalf of our World War II brethren for protecting Australia with our submarine warfare?
Yeah, I guess sort of.
Yeah, sort of, kind of. At the start, no, not so much, but towards the end, yes, definitely. Now I'm doing this with my tongue in my cheek, all right? So I'm not serious.
Why are you talking like that?
Basically, here's what's happened. World War II's kicked off and shit's happening. Pearl Harbor gets attacked, and it's basically like America goes, oh, fuck. And then I think Singapore fell, and the Brits are getting pushed. They've just had their shit pushed back in, and we've gone, oh, fuck. And we clearly see that they're powering down towards New Guinea. But the Americans see that, oh, shit, they're also powering across the Pacific. And a certain general went, listen, fellas, love to stick around, but got to go. Good luck. We'll be back later to help. And off he fucking went into the distance, and we were left scratching our heads going,
fucking
shit,
MacArthur.
Hey, England, any chance of a fucking backup? They went, are you kidding, guys? We're trying to get all the tea and fucking all the good crockery out of Singapore, we fucking idiots. We can't help you. You're on your own. Good luck, Cobber. And we're like, oh, shit.
Hey, remember the crumpets. We need the crumpets.
See, what I find really interesting about the South Pacific area of operation was the Japanese actually got down onto New Guinea pretty fucking quick.
Yep.
Yeah. But then just stopped and couldn't go any further.
Yeah, there's two reasons for that. There's the terrain. They stretched their supply line so thin that it was really easy to break, and we had help because you guys were doing horrendous fucking damage battle at Midway. There's so many fucking battles in the Pacific that bled away forces that could have. Here's how short Japan was of invading Australia. They had money printed up. My dad actually got a set of it when he was younger, but that fucking housekeeper stole it. But it was a full set of Japanese imperial money printed up, ready to go for Australia. That's how sure they were of fucking making it here and taking over. They did bomb Darwin. They did attack Sydney Harbour with some Mindy subs, which really freaked people out. And that's when we just went into New Guinea and we pushed and we held. And there's also the second reason was the locals up there were very, they were fundamental in our war effort. Without them carrying supplies, ferrying the wounded back out again, we wouldn't have done what we were able to do without the local population of Papua New Guinea. So we could, and back in the day, they called them fuzzy wuzzy angels, which is kind of a slight now when you think about it. But it wasn't. It was meant as a term of endearment back then. It wasn't meant as an insult. And without them, we would have been fucked.
I like to point out
is absolutely an insult. Apparently,
I would like to point
It is
out
now,
without
yes.
us, we never have hentai. Without America bombing the fuck out of Japan, we'll never have hentai. We created tentacle porn based upon our actions.
Technically, yes. You can.
eyes.
One could argue that in a twisted sort of way, using twisted logic. Oh, we'll give you that one, Piggy. It's your fault we have tentacle porn, America. Thank you. I mean, God damn it.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
So I would just like to point out that that shit stain was timed out 10 minutes ago. 10 minutes ago they were timed out. Timed out. Not banned, not blocked, not hidden. Timed out.
Aww.
10 minutes ago, and it's been silence ever since.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's child.
And so my thought is not cheese dick. My thought is the Russian one.
Oh, that could be.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
the
could see-
smack
I-
talker
I-
who doesn't want to
yeah,
show up at certain launches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or any launches,
At
even
least-
when
at least-
offered
at
to
least-
have his way paid for.
At least Cheese Dick would show up for a lunch.
Hey, Jay, I just posted the link in the internal chat. I think you should share it with everyone.
But then again, Cheese Dick wouldn't be able to fly because the airline would insist on him being clothed.
Yeah.
It's a shame that person didn't come in and put forward a case at least to try and argue their point. But well.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to show that one. But you can share it in the chat.
Jared, tell him to show it. It's a good video. It backs up my claim about America being the cause of tentacle porn.
No.
Like I said, we can put it in the chat.
I have my doubts to the veracity of that claim, Pig.
Then let's watch the video.
It is the cartoon history of tentacle porn.
Yeah. No, if people want to go see that, they can go watch it themselves.
It's a YouTube video. It's completely safe.
Yeah, but no.
No.
There you go. I put it in the live chat for everybody there, Pig.
Yeah, that Pig. Yeah, that would depend on what you, what kind of video upload and what you uploaded as. There's actual instructional videos that shows you how to put on a condom.
Yes, but
Full
this
Monty, no porn, but just showing the whole thing. I mean, you can see anything on the net.
Like, the worst you get is some tentacles chasing an Asian woman as she screams.
And it's animated. It's not even real footage.
Okay, I'm not gonna share the video, Jared. But the first comment, I haven't even set it to like newest or anything. I just
So it's at top comments?
Yeah, it's in top comment. Son of a
bitch.
Let's go back.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
that's
Jay,
one of those
there's-
small things
there's-
I want
there's-
you to get the fucking line. Stop putting top comments on standard Whedon live chats, for fuck's sake. And comments, regular, but still.
Yeah, well, YouTube is a bitch in that aspect. And by the way, Mama, I would not be so worried about that because here's the thing. When it comes to those of us on the panel, the dipshit really didn't rile us up. It was more, ooh, chew toy?
Pretty much.
Chew toy? Aw, it ran away.
You see, most snowflakes do not join the military and stay there. We can take that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Hey Jay, there's a video for you to go look at in the live chat.
In the live chat?
Yeah, I just posted it.
I am afraid to forget what I said earlier. I am afraid to click that. Oh wait, it's not Pig who posted it.
No, this is actually the guy that runs that channel is actually an ex-Army sniper. I've been trying to get him on for the last 3 months.
Okay, claim, but is he actually an ex-sniper?
Yes, he is actually an ex-sniper.
Someone check Twitter on the fucking after the movie night.
What the hell are you doing now, Pig?
I haven't even touched Twitter in over 2 weeks.
The cartoon history of tentacle porn video for tonight. Oops, wrong one. And then I sent the actual.
Oh God.
Oh Jesus, Pig.
So, what do people think? Was it a good idea for Cy to hand over the production duties of movie night tonight to Pig?
Oh God, no.
Duty.
No, he should have left it with he should have left it with Karis and let it alone.
Well, yeah, that's why it's
but
not.
But
I'm not the host though.
But yeah, I was gonna say, who's hosting?
Yeah,
John,
I know. Look in the internal chat.
I'm
I know.
Really?
I know
Sorry.
who's hosting, I know who's co-hosting, and I know who's producing. If it wasn't for work, I would be there to make sure that certain people behaved. But that's probably not going to happen.
No, I'll be.
That sounds like a likely story, Jared.
Well, when I order parts and they don't tell me when they're showing up, I kind of need to be awake in the morning.
See, then I think there's more important things in the world than this.
People are suggesting that Pig wears a control collar from the running. No, Pig will like that. He'll just wire it up to zap him. He'll hack it so he can just zap himself.
Okay,
Really, if it was taser strength, he would love it. Yeah.
And I've been telling a story about my testicles. I want someone else to tell that story. Red Eye, go.
Don't make me tell the story about how I had to listen to you tase yourself in the taint using a hacked USB cord from you.
No. This one was the USB cord, then it was an old laptop charger.
Yeah. And I don't want to mention what happened the other day too. That was disturbing.
Wait, what happened the other day? I completely forgot.
Well, I was playing some music, and then you informed me what you were doing while I was playing the music. So everything just went really bad from that point.
Yeah,
$500,000.
Can you play that song for us, Red Eye?
No, I'm never going to play that song again. Just like George Michael, I'm never going to dance again, Pig.
No, they're going to be packed in really, really good together if it's 500,000 people.
Oh, Pig.
You can just like carpet bomb with napalm and just take them out in one.
Jared, can you check this food so I can send that back?
The fuck now, Pig? I was planning on that, not for that purpose, but...
Yay!
Wait a minute. What's this?
Okay, Ben Shapiro, you're awesome.
Oh, the top right of that picture. It's the battery on the thing.
Yeah, my mind gets down that way. No, I was more looking at everything else.
Here you go, Jared.
So many screenshots.
You know, I don't often agree with fucking Shapiro, but you know what, sir? Well played.
Exactly. That's a good one. That's a good follow up.
Yep.
That gets a like.
That's a good one.
So
good old Tom and
please
Jerry.
Enlighten me here. What's going on with this person? Who's
God.
Ben Shapiro talking about? Some politician, I'm taking it.
So
Okay, Nancy Pelosi is our Speaker of the House. She's the head. She's the head of basically what would be the equivalent of House of Commons for the UK. Okay.
Yep.
She to one of the members of the House, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She basically wants to impeach Trump, and they've only got like 4 votes total to impeach him out of a cast of what 435.
Yeah.
And they need a minimum of
2/3.
Yeah, 2/3.
Yeah, they need a supermajority to do that, don't they?
They need they need a 2/3 majority to bring it to an impeachment process. Then they need a 3/4 majority to kick him out of office
by the Senate in a trial.
Right, so they need a majority, then they need the supermajority to get him out.
Who left the pressure cookers on?
Okay. Look, here's the thing. They had a pretty... Now, I'm just an Australian going off what I've read in the news. From what I understand, they had a pretty good investigation. Some of the report was not released to the public, but the politicians got to read it, and they haven't got enough to get him on anything that's substantial. So why don't they move on until he's after the president, and then have a look at his tax and see what he's been doing and where he's been hiding his money, and you'll probably be able to Capone him. I'll just call it Capone him, because that's how they got Al Capone. They didn't get him for murdering people. They got him for fucking tax evasion.
Yeah, and there has to be a reason why the Trump does not want his tax information released. There can only be, in my mind, in the way
Technically, technically nobody has a right to see it, except for
it's just a tradition. I know, but
no. I'm talking in general. Nobody has the right to see his taxes. Period, except for the IRS and their auditors.
Okay, I'm just thinking that as far as I know, anything that has to do with the public, the government, that is not super secret stuff, is supposed to be available to the public. Yeah, you watch something on the news about someone getting arrested, for example. You can look his name up and find the arrest booking.
Right, certain records are, but not everything.
Exactly. But when you are elected as a president-elect, that should, in my mind, automatically make his that person's tax information available, not to the public, but at least to people who should look into his.
So his tax information has always been available to the people with the proper clearance and authority, the IRS. The problem is that a number of politicians have made it a habit of releasing their most recent 2 or 3 years worth of tax returns as part of their run for office. And that is not a requirement. That is a courtesy to show, as a way to show, as a way to show, hey, look, I've got nothing to hide, which is kind of bullshit, because they can be done in such a way that just pure tax documents are weird.
You know what I want to see? I want to see a very rich black entrepreneur come out and hold a fucking press conference in a fucking aircraft hangar and say, I've got detectives in Hawaii and wherever Trump grew up. We're finding things, lots of things. Remember what Trump did? He fucking had that big press conference and said, well, we found a bunch of dirt on Obama, and then Obama just released his goddamn fucking birth certificate. Remember all of that shit?
Yeah, and there was still forensic analysis that was questionable about that release.
God damn, that was funny.
Well, it's because it wasn't. I don't think he actually released the birth certificate. He released the certificate. What is it that Hawaii calls it? It's
It's the report of live birth from the State Department of Health, because, and this is where it got interesting, and the reason why he released that one is because he literally filed for it, got it, released it, because at the time that he was born, the hospital name listed was not the actual name of the facility at the time that he was born. There was a lot of changes between when he was born and when he actually petitioned for the document to be released. But also what has been called into question is the fact of the number of different types of ink color and quality used throughout the entirety of the document that has raised questions.
And here we go.
Okay.
And this is why they want his tax returns. Is this period is the emoluments clause basically saying that they want to find out if he's actually making money off of his properties right now himself directly?
Yep.
And the only way they can do that is via his tax returns.
This is how they're going to get him. There's no way in fucking hell that Trump gave up.
Here's the thing.
All that shit.
Here's the thing. Nothing says that he cannot put the businesses into a trust, and he could still collect on them himself.
Yeah, but he has to.
He just can't
himself.
directly take a paycheck from it.
He cannot take a paycheck from it, and he has to directly remove himself from the day-to-day operations of it as well.
Which is what he's done. He's just got it all set up into a trust that brings in money for him. So I mean, which is what all of them do for their businesses.
Here's a hypothesis. If I was someone that wanted to get Trump, I'd be looking for a mobile phone or some sort of device where he communicates with certain people and certain companies and gives them certain orders to do certain things. In other words, there's no way in hell he gave up control of his empire while he's been the president. He's spent too many fucking days at that golf course of his not to be doing business. That's where he does his business from. He goes down to his golf course and sits in there and talks shit on a couple of mobile phones to all of his business people. I'll put $100 on it. That's what I reckon he does.
That would not surprise me. So here's another thing. Fino's brought up the whole thing about where Obama was born doesn't have a play on his citizenship. It's the birth parents that do. Here's the problem. When you have a U.S. citizen give birth and the other parent is a non-U.S. citizen, if the birth does not take place inside the United States, you do have to declare which citizenship is being given at the time of birth. Now, the reason why I know this is from firsthand. My oldest son, from my first marriage, was born to 2 U.S. citizens, but he was born in a naval hospital in a foreign country, so he was still technically born on U.S. soil. The difference is he will never have a state-issued birth certificate because he was not born in a U.S. state. He was born at the naval hospital in Okinawa, Japan. However, he does have a State Department birth abroad report, which is the equivalent of a birth certificate in that aspect. And because both myself and my wife my wife at the time were U.S. citizens, he automatically got U.S. citizenship because it wasn't a question. However, the service members who are married to a Japanese national and the child is born in Japan, or even say another country where they are stationed but still stationed overseas, you have to declare a citizenship for the child at the time of birth.
Yep.
In terms of the U.S. presidency, I have a question I'd like to have cleared up. When the president of the U.S. has a speech in any capacity, as long as it's as the president, is he allowed to, on topics that is not of national security, is he allowed to lie? I mean, literally say yes when he should have said no. Would that be illegal for him to do?
No, it's not illegal for him to do.
It's not technically illegal, but it does bring into questions the ethics of the person holding the office. And
Yeah,
it
not the
and
answer
it
I was
can
hoping for.
and it can lead to an ethics inquiry, which if other things are found that are ethical violations, then that would be grounds for removal from office.
Yeah. It's just that I remember in the beginning of this presidency where I can't remember how many companies that were claimed of his that was bankrupted, and Trump said kept claiming that all of his companies were doing well, and he has never had a company that went bankrupt. I'm almost certain that he said that.
If he said that, that's just rhetoric at that point.
Jared.
Damn it! I was really hoping that was it would be legal.
Okay.
No. Unfortunately, it is not illegal. Again, like I said, it does bring in ethical questions, which it can open the door to a deeper ethical inquiry, which can end up having potential ramifications. That is the avenue that it would lead to.
Yeah, it basically boils down to if he's under oath or not when he lies.
Yep.
That's what they were getting Bill Clinton on. It was not.
It
wasn't
was
that he actually
perjury.
got the blowjob under the desk, by an intern. It was the fact that he lied about it under oath.
Yeah, they got him on perjury. Which, with what time it is, we are going to take a short break and go off air before the intent of movie night to start off on time. So for all who are not already subscribed to Sci-Strike, go over there, subscribe, and enjoy the drinking game with a science problem that is going to incur.
Oh, it looks like Reds is about to end his stream, it looks like, too.
Yeah, which doesn't surprise me because Sean Hufford is hosting movie night this evening, and he has been on Red's channel tonight, so both Red heads to shut down so Sean can get ready for that. And with that, we are out. We will see all of you next week. And for those who are so inclined and want to talk more about the Star Trek shenanigans that we started the show with, tomorrow afternoon, 4 p.m. Eastern, Kanar with Damar, right here. Looking forward to seeing you.
Go animated series.
You know what? I cannot disagree with that one. And with that, we will see you all next time. Take care.
And now I gotta go run off and go